Hey, some people do. The hell?
This is the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans and 105.3 in the Gulf Coast. UPRN. If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to discuss on the show, please email us at paranormal.insight.podcast@gmail.com.
What's out there? What creates the shadows in the corners or the creatures of the dark? Who are those on the other side? What do they have to say? This is the Gateway Podcast. This is not your normal style of paranormal talk radio. Brought to you live from United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM New Orleans.
Just some weirdness going on tonight, man. It's all Sean's fault, by the way, before we get started.
Yeah, probably.
Why is it my fault?
Sounded good to me, man. I mean, you know.
What happened, man?
It's got to be somebody's fault. I mean, I might as well blame it on Sean, man. Hey, come on.
I mean, that was my whole life. My last 60 years of my life, man. It's Sean's fault.
See, you should be used to it then. I'm used to it. I'm just saying you should be used to it. I'm used to it. Everybody seems to be used to it these days. Hold on, let me kick this on. I think I'm kicking this on in just a second.
Yeah,
I got way too much open on my computer, and I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, there it is.
it's long, so if you want to cut it in the middle, that's fine. But this is a cool song.
Dude, Trump dance.
Sit down the banana and step out of the house with your hands in the air, sir.
Man, we should add this for show night. We could all been doing Trump.
Yeah, this is not the theme song, but it's a good song.
No, seriously,
I just got a glowing bug banana, man. I don't know.
this is ninjas.
I remember about sweating down stuff.
You like the banana.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestro, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms, Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming.
We gotta make a video for this.
I will tell you what to see, what to do, who to be. Feed the machine, feed your lies, twist it your own way. The propaganda machine, power feeds it, media owns it, social stage is it. The propaganda machine.
That'd be a good name for a show, propaganda.
The propaganda machine, we bleed. Ignorant lies, fact checks denied, half truths in the news, fairly balanced lies. Who do we believe? Who did what? Whose point of view? Who do you trust? Who's behind it all? Society dies. Feed the machine, feed your lies, twist it your own way. The propaganda machine, power feeds it, media owns it, social stage is it. The propaganda machine, you feed the propaganda machine. We bleed, bleed, bleed. Wake up, wake up.
Wow, that was cool. It almost faded out, right? Not quite. It could have faded a little bit. Welcome, everyone, to News on the Flipside. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Got a little crazy with running and circles came popping in. Hey, Joe Fox, how you doing? Came popping in about 2 minutes before showtime, so you know how that is when you got to do that. And there's a bunch of topics we got to get across tonight. And then, of course, there's Uncle Trump out there screaming about, I don't want the flags and half-mast in my inauguration. Jimmy Carter's fucking dead. Fuck him. Who cares? He's dead. That's it. Get over it, people. There needs to be a full. Anyway, hey, I know it's not a good Trump episode.
Everybody's ass kissing on Carter. I don't remember him as a good president.
I don't either. Actually,
about him was that he built houses for people.
Reagan wouldn't have won. What was it, 400 and something delegates if he was a good.
Yeah,
that was fucking crazy.
He had very, very bad economic problems. I mean, the gas line. You guys remember the gas lines back then?
Oh, yeah.
You go on like certain days, if your license plate ended in an even number, you could only gas up on even days. Yeah, it was horrible those years.
I remember because gas was 44 cents a gallon.
Reagan came
all of a sudden it was 99 cents a gallon.
Remember the box?
I wasn't really checking prices and things like that, but I remember sitting in line for hours while my dad would like cuss at the people in front of him until we got up there.
My father had a gas station, man. Remember there was all kinds of fights out there in the street and people odd even days on plates and whatever. But I'll tell you, that's when everything went haywire, and then the whole Iran hostage thing under Carter. And then they had like a special mission. They were going to go save them, and they landed in the desert. You should read the story. It was so crazy. Well, they got outed.
What happened?
People died because of it. I mean,
the general
died because of
equipment.
Air filter.
Yeah,
that's why they died over a fucking air filter.
They sent the wrong kind of planes or helicopters.
Yeah, so they didn't even send the wrong helicopters. So all of our helicopters, just like our jets, are designed for different parts of the world. So instead of having 50 different planes, we'll make them interchangeable. So we have different exhaust systems and different intake systems depending where you are. Well, when they're in the desert, there's a screen cone thing that comes up over it to keep the dust from being sucked into the intake system.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, so but no, it wasn't there. So all it did was clog up everything, and it killed them. And once they die, I mean, they're just flying rocks. Is what they are.
Yeah.
No, Jim, you can look for yourself. Nah, it was the end of Carter's. Carter had a chance. If he'd have brought them hostages home, he'd have got reelected.
Oh, he would have been reelected 100%. Yeah.
But he didn't bring them hostages home, and he lost another 40 guys or 20
They
guys.
landed on a road that was supposed to be
It was
a
5
road
or
nobody
7
traveled on.
helicopters.
There was tour buses on there. They were taking hostages, our troops, because every time someone ran across them, they'd have to take them over, man.
Well, we lost a lot. We lost a lot of people in that operation. That was
botched jobs. It was a terrible, terrible botched job.
That's almost as bad as Joe Biden's Afghanistan crap.
Meanwhile, Reagan just had to threaten them, and then they released their asses right before he got in. Remember that? Like when he got in.
Well, they said they were doing it that way so neither president would get credit. But Reagan told them.
Reagan totally got
6
credit
months
for it.
before, and then pretty much every week after that. If the hostages aren't out when I get in, we're coming for all of you. Your mama, your daddy, your grandbabies, all of you.
Reagan said he was going to fry their asses in molasses.
And he fucking
meant
it.
Hey, real quick.
Fry your asses in molasses.
Joe Fox got a question here, guys.
What's up, JoJo?
I put it up.
The fog.
So the fog is weird thing. So Linda's brought it up to me a few times. Michelle has brought it up to me a few times. A couple other people have brought it up. So people are telling me about this weird, thick, strange fog around the country.
There's something coming out of the bomb, Joe.
Well, if you leave it, like if you leave your dog's water out there, little black things will start growing in it and floating in it. And then after the fog leaves, they find little white stringy things on the ground and the grass and shit.
Well, there's drones flying around. Who the hell knows what they could emit? But I know that the bird flu in northeast Pennsylvania right now has claimed thousands and thousands. They found one pond with thousands of dead birds, man. And then this is an emergency right now, and that's right, a couple miles from where I am.
Hey, Michelle.
You know what I mean?
It's I don't know. They're gonna have to figure something out because now you got drones flying around. You got weird fogs doing weird things. Somebody said, "You're not worried about the fog." Well, it's always foggy.
Is that part of one of the apocalyptic signs?
I don't know, but it's always foggy where I live. I mean, shit. One of the cool things about living on the coast is you can drive down the coast, and the fog is so thick when you get near a casino, all the different color lights light up in the fog. It's cool as hell looking.
The only good thing about
you still don't see the casino until you pull in the parking lot. There.
The only good thing about where I live is that nobody cares about it. So nobody wants to nuke it. Nobody would waste a bomb on this area, man. You know what I mean? So we already got our local politicians. Nobody's this place is doomed from local politicians,
Some locals, like the local PD, might go crazy. So we did have the city across from us in the Bay St. Louis, the sheriff went crazy and stabbed up a bunch of people. But that's because they found out he was going to go to jail for money from the sheriff's department. So I guess he figured he was going out with a bang.
In the world of emergency management, I can tell you, man, that the biggest strength is the community. And then if you're looking for officials to save you, they won't. We used to have a really strong civil defense in this country. Now we don't. It needs to be revived. People need to be aware.
You read that.
Down here, Joe.
and bring back shop class, man. You know what I mean? Bring back shop.
That's a good one, Joe Fox. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Christopher, the only way you're going to get to see it is if you see it on our screen, so you have to watch it on TV.
It's the same flu, H5N1, and it's always been the same. The media is saying that it's new. H5N1 has been around, and the problem is the H and the 5. The problem is the H and the 5 and the N and the 1 had not encountered each other before about 15, 16 years ago, somewhere around there. Maybe even a little bit longer. But now it's gone to cows, it's gone to humans, it's gone to cats. So it's jumped species already. But this was like a thing that they've never seen before. They said thousands of dead birds in one pond area. Mostly wild geese. So geese are migratory, right? So they fly, they land on the family farm, they eat from the chicken coop. Chicken eats it. Chicken gets the bird flu. That's really how it gets around through migratory birds.
But how come no one brings up the Spanish flu, which is started at the end of World War I?
That's the bird flu.
Killed what they estimate at that time, roughly half of the population of the planet.
1918, man. And if there was air travel back then, if there was air travel,
event, it's like COVID was a big breakout for 2 years. It was a 2-year event, 1918 to 1920, and 50 million people died.
Yeah, and if there was air travel, it would have been a hell of a lot more people.
That vaccine, I mean, the numbers on the Spanish flu keep going up. It's more than 50 million. What has COVID killed globally? 10?
Who knows what really, because they stopped.
The COVID numbers change all the time.
In the surveillance program, you know, the problem is with the numbers.
It's around 10.
Local hospitals, local doctors, after a while, weren't reporting COVID deaths. They were reporting
Spanish
heart
flu,
attacks,
McDonald's and flus.
or some kind of organ failure. But they were trying to say anything but COVID at that point. You know what I mean? It was very, very bizarre. Just call it what it is. You know, people die from it. They die from it. I mean, complications. Jimmy Carter died from complications of COVID-19. You know, that was what he died from. So, you know, it's just is what it is, and it's always going to be there. And it could get worse too. I mean, it could always mutate.
You know, it is funny they won't release Carter's autopsy.
Oh, they're not.
They haven't yet. No, they haven't yet.
They said he had a pocket full of peanuts though. When he died.
He probably did have a pocket full of peanuts.
He was grabbing his penis.
Oh, God.
It was 100 years old. Man.
That's what they said, man. It was CNN. It wasn't.
Why are you listening to CNN in the first place?
Either way,
I know. I have to agree with Jay on that. What the hell you listening to?
Anderson Cooper likes to talk about his peanuts all the time.
Well, you know why? I mean, let's be honest. Why he wants to do it? Oh, but they're not going to give me a one. Oh, Wiki, sometimes you're a waste of time, I swear. So Wiki will give me every country's COVID count, but it won't give me a worldwide total. Even though
they stopped counting too. You know, around the world, the WHO stopped counting, CDC stopped counting. So you're not going to get an actual count. We don't even know how many children in China. If I was going to flash a like, okay, this is my suspicion, because I was reading Tencent Daily, which is a big Chinese publication, mainly about, you know, they talk about video games, whatever, multimedia, but they also report findings from schools and colleges and whatever. And then they were right there talking about it. They were printing it by night. The Chinese were, the government was erasing it by day because they didn't like what Tencent was saying. But I'm saying probably like 50 million people at least died in those first few weeks, maybe month. They had those incinerators going 24 hours a day.
Wuhan definitely did.
Yeah, not just Wuhan, all over the region. But you know that they would never tell you. I mean, what they did to their own citizens and how they made them even quarantine, and they killed their pets and did all these terrible things. Like, dude, it was people don't even know the depths of it. I think because they don't want to know, or they don't care.
Yeah, we reported a lot of because we had 4 people in Wuhan when it all went down. We had 4 people living in Wuhan. Actually, 2 of them had they could move around. So this says world deaths 7,779,000, and it says 777 million cases.
Wow.
And the long-term implications from COVID-19.
Less than 10 million people have died from it.
Because the virus can take a lot of your lung capacity away. I've seen lungs after COVID's gone through it. It looks like someone took a razor blade and sliced them up.
Yeah.
You know, people have lost 30, 40, 50% of their lung capacity because of it. So, I mean, like it's affected so many different organs and so many different things. Best thing to do is not get it if you haven't had it. And if you have had it, it is what it is, man. You're screwed. You're screwed. I mean, you know what it is? Initially, the virus had a really big case fatality rate, like 13.5%, 14%, something like that, you know, which that's the amount of people going to die if they get it, you know, basically. But then after it had gone through people, our immune systems, and then people spread it to other people, the virus changes, it mutates, it could degenerate, it could also amp up too, you know, because it finds better ways to manipulate the system. So, and basically it has to surround your cells, your blood cells, boom. And then you know, they found a lot of different things like glucose aided in that virus. And then the antivirus, you know, the vaccine is supposed to make your immune system like, you know, alert your immune system to what those protein spikes are, because it's never seen them before. So it can get the leg up to try to fight it off. But you know, it was what it was, and then here we are. So I mean, and then it's not out there killing millions of people right this second, is it?
No, well, it killed 1,200,000 in the United States, and it was 103 million people got infected.
The CDC was virtually useless, but I think that people didn't drop the ball. I think that we as Americans did a good job managing the virus. You know what I mean? And I think politically it could have been done a little bit better. You know, good that Trump was in there. The Democrats would have tried to, but like, you know, they take disasters and they like to like steal the moment and
they would have probably instituted martial law countrywide.
Yeah, they would have done. There would have been a right.
They would have tried. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, because and there would have been no that PPE money and nothing like that. The Democrats like to starve people out. They like to make people desperate and have nothing, then throw them a bone and think they're doing them a favor. I've been around for a while. I've seen what they do. You know what I mean? I see what they do. That's why I don't like that.
So Vatican City had 0 deaths, 0 anything, and only 26 cases.
Nobody goes in there.
They never leave, man. They stay there.
People go there all the time. It's freaking visitors at the yin go up in that place.
They weren't letting people in.
Yeah, but they were before that. They didn't know about
said
COVID.
You want to pray, you pray outside. You pray on those steps right there.
Those are the places where people live. You have to go out of town to go get groceries. So
Falkland Islands, 1,900. Congo had 100,000. I haven't seen China yet. It's hiding on here somewhere. Central Africa.
Look at the Indian reservations, man. Native American. They got ravaged by COVID. I mean, ravaged. You know.
I mean, it looks like we had the most out of everybody so far that I've seen.
It wasn't the kind of thing that you can keep out, you know. And I think we learned an awful lot about how it got in, you know.
Oh, so China had 99 million cases. We have what I tell you, 100 something million cases, 1/3 of our population.
COVID virus was
4 times or 3, have at least 3 or
4.
Wait!
You ain't heard the best part yet. Let me finish now. How many deaths do you think China had? China got 1.4 billion people, and
China said they had like 5,000. I mean, the number they put up there is
well, it's a little high now, but their starting point is, and we all know since we seen video from Wuhan, we were
1.9 million.
Don't you wish? 122,389 people.
Yeah,
That's horseshit.
Bullshit.
1.4 billion people. And let's say how many people lived in Wuhan? I think it was like
there. It started there.
How many people in Wuhan? 28 million. Ask Google how many people lived in Wuhan. It was a lot of people to come out. I mean, there should have been 1 million people in Wuhan.
Hey Google, how many people lived in Wuhan in China?
It's a decent sized city.
In 2022, the population of Wuhan was 13,739,000.
So around 15 million.
Wow.
And about 5 million of them died, I think.
Yeah, and Wuhan had 40 incinerators running. They were saying, "Oh, they were getting rid of all this equipment." Yeah, well, I bet you were, so nobody could see what was going on. We had videos.
There was those body bags that were still moving.
No, we had those videos. So this is what's so funny about all of this. We're the ones who broke this story. This network is the one who broke this story. A good friend of ours who lived in Wuhan sent us. Michelle remembers. Anybody who should have been here we were playing them. They sent us a packet over a download. It was just a bunch of files, and then all the files were pictures. Like they sent us pictures of them sweeping Beijing. No one on the streets, but these guys in these white suits and these big things blowing gas. They showed us actually physically bolting people's doors in Wuhan. We seen that we had the video of the incinerators being brought in. We were watching.
Dude, it was my show. It was a New Year's Eve show I did, where I reported the first death. That was 2019.
Yeah, but this was actual physical video from Wuhan in China that even CNN. We still got it. I still own the video.
We were first out there. Nobody was talking about it for like months. Really, wasn't it? Until
we almost got when I played that video, we almost got thrown off of every server we won.
I was just going to ask.
Couldn't say the word vaccine.
Oh man, I got. So at the time, YouTube. Eventually, I had to take them off of YouTube because YouTube finally just gave us a strike for it. But for a while, they left them up.
Oh, look who's in the chat room.
Everybody else
our favorite
was losing
Amelia.
their frickin'.
They tried to silence me. I'm still a vaccine ambassador, man. I got a certificate, Johns Hopkins. And if anybody knows anything about vaccines, it's what they teach you. It's not the media. What they
getting
think,
back
what
to
they
China.
Hear. You know what I mean?
I mean,
but
so
ask somebody something that they know. It's crazy.
I remember.
They want to silence you. Because you're the one talking.
Yeah, they want to silence you. But on this video, when I was playing, I remember Dell was watching it, and when the bag kicked, he freaked out. He said, "Oh, that was just a jerk when somebody's dead." I said, "Well, it could have been."
People don't jerk around like that when they die.
People jerk like that when they die. I've seen people move when they're dead. Oh no, dude!
Down, man.
I've seen people move when they're dead. It'll freak your brain out. It'll freak your brain out.
This is from Amelia. This is from Amelia, buddy.
Someone just cut my head off. Let me dance around.
But I can't see that. I'm not in the screen with y'all. I'm sorry.
Jojo sent you a link to a live show regarding the Cybertruck explosion.
Oh, we were talking about this. Well, we haven't talked about it yet tonight, but we talked about it the other night. And by the way, we have to give I'm glad you brought that up. We have to give a semi-retraction from the chat show the other day because we did talk about it being explosives. We were the first ones. See, we get a lot of firsts. We were the first ones to release it because Elon's thing came on. We haven't. So it pops on the screen. So as soon as it popped on, we were live in the middle of the show when it came on. So we got to talk about it when he said that it was a firework, which was a true statement. But the way he said it, it made it sound like it was something different. What it turned out to be was a couple of those big monster bombs, along with some gasoline cans and some other stuff. And get this. So what saved the people inside the hotel, what actually saved the people inside the hotel is the way the Tesla's built. It's made out of steel.
Elon Musk like bragging about.
So it contained the explosion. Yeah, without it, it would have killed a bunch of people, at least maimed a bunch of people. So Bruce, no, the guy shot himself before the bomb.
I hope you feel better, Amelia.
Hello, Amelia. I wish you talked to me.
Yes, So
I was sending you messages, man.
The best way to make yourself feel better is to get the old man to grab you by your ankles and dip you in chocolate.
Well, there's this thing called the flu bomb going on. A local hospital had to go on total diversion, man. They had over 90 people in a waiting room, in the ER, man. So people getting really sick. They're telling me they're more sick than they've ever been, even with COVID. But I think COVID opened the door to a lot of things. Once your immune system gets to a certain point, or once it's manipulated in a certain way, there's other stuff that may not have affected you so much before. Now it will, or it can. So, man, it's really getting like ugly out there. But I'm hearing about ERs closing all over the place, all over the country.
Well, and the ones that aren't closing, they're backed up. I mean, I had to go for the diverticulitis and kidney stones here a couple of weeks ago. And it's 5, 6, 7 hours you're in there till. Sometimes that's how long it takes you to see the doctor.
The local hospital here had no triage. It was notorious for not having a triage for COVID-19. To separate people who had COVID and the other two who was going to the ER for other reasons. They lumped them all together, and then lo and behold, you had all these infections coming out of there. You know what I mean? But and you often wonder what the mentality is behind that. Or a doctor who knows they have COVID, but yet they're going to go in and treat people, I mean, and there's a huge shortage of physicians, so that's one of the reasons, right? But there's a lot of problems. Also, a big shortage in veterinarians in the United States. Huge.
About that truck, didn't that guy know that it was made out of that steel?
Well, no. So I'm gonna pull up a video of this in a minute, or maybe Jay can. One of us will get it. But so a while back, a Tesla blew up. When it blew up, it was like some crazy ass flame torch thing coming from 4 different directions.
But the guy was special forces, Joe. Don't you think you?
But
I know you can put something together better than that.
But he didn't have to. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The battery in the Tesla is a serious freaking bomb. He just didn't know how to detonate it.
It could burn.
No. It's okay. I don't see. This is what people don't understand about electric cars. The lithium battery itself is a big ass fucking bomb, is what it is. So the one in your little phone is a little bomb too. It can explode, or it can just catch on fire, or it can just melt. And they do it all the time. That one blew up and blew half that girl's face off on her cell phone. And that's a cell phone. Think about a freaking Tesla battery that's 15 foot long or 10 foot long and 2 foot thick and 4 foot wide.
You know what I
packed full
heard,
of
man?
lithium.
You know what I heard?
That's why the guy took the electric car in New Orleans. He planned on detonating.
You got to avoid these Israeli beepers. You know, your pagers, man, because
Yeah, well, I
they
don't even know
they
people
can
even use
really
pages
mess you
anymore.
up. I heard.
All right, I got the video.
No, I
And
just
sorry
heard
about
it.
the audio intrusion there, but I have it queued up to where the truck explodes. If you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, pop it in. Drop this one out, or it should drop.
But the guy was a nutter. I mean, his wife broke up with him, whatever. And he must have been pretty PSD and distraught. He's doing it because of the people he's killed and all this other stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people. People usually aren't born killers, and it's very difficult to tell someone,
bother me any.
Here, go and kill these people in some war or something, or not even a war, and then people have to process that. And if you can't compartmentalize it, it affects you. But this guy shot himself before he blew up a Tesla.
His truck. Yeah, that's like uber weird. But here it is. Check this out.
I don't think that he really wanted to hurt people. I hate to say it.
No, he did. He did.
More of a message, but
yeah, he
could have gone on a rampage with a gun. He was special forces, So
look at all the stuff that they found. I mean, look at those. There's like brass.
Yeah, but it's baby stuff, man. I mean, it's not like
he packed a bunch of these those big high aerial bombs, and you can see when the truck explodes. I mean, when the top explodes, you can see the little sparkle things and the little color things exploding around.
Crap. I mean, think about it, dude. He's special forces, man. The guy should know how to put together.
No. Look at just what happened. But you're not watching what happened. So you've seen it. It was a decent explosion.
I'm watching what happened.
Right,
but it's a decent explosion. If that truck side would have been made out of bullshit aluminum like most of them are,
I'm saying if the guy really wanted to hurt people, he could have.
There we go. This is the very beginning of it.
He was in pain, mental
pain. He thought the Tesla battery would blow up with that, and it would take out in front of the hotel.
You see all those sparks, all those sparks are pieces of metal shrapnel. He's lucky no one was standing nearby. They would have instantly been killed. But had the car
it didn't blow the tires out, man.
It didn't blow the windows out of the damn.
The only stuff that blew
I buy it from Tesla. These things are badass.
The plastic tonneau cover that was over top of where the gasoline and stuff was, that blew out, but it went straight up.
Yeah, this is a good reason to buy a Tesla. But they're ugly. We gotta say they're ugly.
And one thing under pressure, they're not going to.
Yeah, I've seen that. The very next morning they crashed into the top of the crash, and it amazed me that people survived the crash. I was like, wow.
I think that's crazy. And people do crazy stuff, man.
If you look at the still image there, that's like right after the explosion. The bulk of the fire is coming through. That truck had like a angled black tonneau cover, a hard, like it's basically a trunk cover for the back of the truck. That's where the fire went. It's the least resistance. The steel held everything else. That plastic just burnt away, and all the metal that he had in there went straight up and then bounced down. And you'll see all those sparks when I hit play again. You'll see watch all the sparks that happen on the ground right underneath. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. That's all shrapnel. That's all metal and plastic and pieces of whatever.
Well, some of that is them little round balls in the fireworks. That's what some of that is.
Yeah, some of it is, but some of it is also hard plastics and metals and wood and stuff. Whatever he
didn't even dent the side of the truck. It didn't even push.
No, it didn't touch the truck at all. That's what I'm saying. It went straight. Look, it went straight up. You can see the damage there.
Yeah. Without it would have blown all the glass in the side of that hotel. Would have messed up all kind of people. It would have been good for 20, 30 people.
There we go. You can see right there, the entire top is gone. That's where if the explosion had gone out the sides where the metal is, there probably everybody in the lobby would be dead.
It's it would have done. Well, see, that's what they're thinking they can do with these electric trucks. That's why the guy in New Orleans chose an electric truck.
He planned on exploding his truck as well.
Yeah, he's trying to explode it at lithium. And lithium's it's not just the explosion from the lithium. Lithium's poison.
It's poison, and it's also it's like it's not quite like gelatinized gasoline napalm, but if it touches you, it ignites you instantaneously.
It's what's that, Jimmy? Where were you? You were at the hotel? Or where's
we need to get our power from fission and fusion, man, and get away from all this nonsense. I mean, But I mean, this also economical. Let me tell you, I had a Jeep Cherokee that I drove all across the country to freaking Utah and back. And that thing was getting amazing gas mileage. In fact, I couldn't believe it. Aside from the Hemi that I have, it gets about maybe 13, 14. It's got a lot of horsepower, but still, it sucks gas. I was just so used to that. Like, I got to stop every 50 miles and put gas. Something like that. This other thing, my God, man. And plus, it was Trump days. I was paying almost nothing and then just boogieing down the road. So we can make cars economical. We can make appliances too. Use less electricity.
GM in the 1950s, submitted a patent for a 60 mile per gallon carburetor for just regular, back then, leaded gasoline vehicles. And they quashed it. They sat on it. They haven't. I think they maybe used it maybe in like a truck or a tank for the U.S. Army. But why not use that? I mean, you have a gasoline carburetor that will grant 60 miles a gallon. Put it out.
Now everyone's making hydrogen. All these Japanese factories.
Yeah,
they're all making hydrogen. And that's the way to go. They've stopped making electric cars.
It's way worse.
Oh, not in China. In China, they're making about a freaking shitload.
No, not only got hydrogen, man.
The EU is so mad about this. The EU's leveling sanctions. China has not only making a shitload in their own country, they have moved operations into other countries. Plus, China was smart. They made the reloadable car. You don't have to charge the fucking thing. You drive up, you slide your two batteries in it.
Copper mines, lithium,
but see, they were smart. See, where Tesla did this, we got to charge everything. But that's not how that works.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
It's but with the way China did is you don't have to worry about charge. You just drive in, change out batteries, and keep going.
Yeah.
And they're putting in another 1,500 charge stations this year. I just watched a special on it the other day. That's why I know. Look, I love hydrogen. I thought, when California was making the hydrogen highway, I was all for it. I was like, hell yeah, hydrogen's good. It's great. And I remember the first thing I heard, but every corner will be a hydrogen bomb. Well, back in the 20s when gas was coming, every gas corner was going to be a gas bomb.
Guess what? Hydrogen electric.
But guess what? Yeah. You didn't like paying $5 a gallon for gasoline, right? Well, guess how much it costs per gallon to make hydrogen?
Right now.
$16 a gallon.
Yeah, but they said they can get that down to. They said that if only half the cars in the United States were hydrogen, they could get it under $2.
Got to be able to ionize water as well. It's not much of a process, really.
Yeah. But the byproduct is clean water. They did mention that though. After 100 years, yeah.
One of the byproducts is clean potable water. The other byproduct is O3.
Yeah. But here's this. The atmosphere needs... we were talking about this the other day about Carl Sagan. I was watching something he did in 1985. And he was talking about the future of climate change back then. And he said that there needs to be the balance anyway. So you can have your pollution, but you also have to be able to clean things up. So you can have your fossil fuels. There's plenty of it out there. If you don't use it, it's gonna gush out of the damn ground anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta use it, man. You're gonna lose it, baby. But seriously, I think there could be a balance of energy, and certainly you can't wipe out fossil fuels, obviously. Not now, right, not even 50, 60
I don't know if charging stations will go over well in our country, mainly because the reason why we don't have
getting looted. Have you seen them? They're getting looted. Well, people stealing the copper out of them and all that.
Well, no, yeah, but this would be a whole station. It'd be attendants and stuff. But the thing of it is, to me, is the reason we don't have nuclear aircraft today is not because it didn't work and it wasn't a good idea. It was a great idea, and you could you could put a little tiny piece of uranium in a plane, the damn thing would fly for 5 years. No refuel, no nothing.
Yeah.
Or they could use a slide in and out kind, which is just even smaller piece. It's good for maybe a couple of weeks. The reason why is it made every airport potentially a bomb. And not one that's going to blow up, just a big ass dirty bomb. So the country decided not to go that way. Even though they had already developed aircraft that flew on them, it worked quite well. Today they would be ready. I mean, you could fly around the world on a piece of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it would, and as much of it we have in stock these days, it would virtually be air flying. Flying would be so cheap, wouldn't even be funny. But it wouldn't just be flying. We would use it for trains and planes and motor cars and everything else. We just don't because we're scared because we have enemies that they may come to this country and blow up one. So if you went to New York City and you had a station there that did this and it was downtown and somebody blew it up, you just contaminated 5 square miles, killed God knows how many people. Same thing.
Similar argument can be said about the hydrogen fuel cells.
Yes,
we use
hydrogen.
my work on the fork trucks. We make hydrogen bombs for not one thing.
But it's not that easy to convert. It takes a little work to convert.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a rocket scientist to do that if you steal one of those types of tanks. But the way that it works, though, is I understand it. Like I said, it creates potable water that is drawn out of the tank after when you refuel it, and they have to put in distilled water in order for it to function. And the way that it charges up, it's a pain in the butt. So I don't think this would go over well with like cars or anything else. The first thing you have to do is you have to take a cable from the computer that's on the pump and attach it to the battery. So the computer controls the battery now. And then you attach, if it has a dewatering pump, you attach that to the battery if the battery has that model on it. And then you take another thing and attach that to pump in the hydrogen fuel.
Oh no, they got a much better system than that now.
That's what we use for our fork trucks, and it takes about 5 minutes.
So now you can roll into a station. The cars will come. Everything will be equipped right there. It'll where you would normally put your gas. They'll have a little thing there for this. They'll have a plug-in for your hydrogen because your tank's going to be somewhere in the middle of the car, so it's not where it can be hit too hard. And then it'll as it's pumping, it'll cycle the water out, and it'll have I forgot what he called it. It's a charger plug or a little plug thing that connects to just to make sure that the electricity's not sparking or jumping or doing something stupid in your car.
The answer to Michelle's question, it roughly $6 to $50 to fully charge a Tesla, depending on the model and battery size.
Yeah, $6 is what, top off. $50 is what, fill up the whole thing.
Fully charged.
That's not bad. I mean, most cars will be more than that.
That's how much it costs to fill up my tank. $50.
Now, how many miles?
Miles.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. How many miles are you going to get out of
460 miles.
So on electric trucks, you're going to get about 230.
The funny thing is, the model I had before that was a Corolla. I'm in a Camry now, but the smaller car, the Corolla. When I filled that tank up, it had a 14-gallon tank. My current one has a 16-gallon tank. It went 360 miles, so it went full circle.
I like mine. I got the 2016, just before they changed body style. The new body style is pretty nice. It's got I like the new body style. When this one breaks 300,000, I'll buy me a new one. I'll pay 2026 or something. But what's that, Chris? No, it's already got 220,000 miles. I'm going to hit it for 4 years. Yeah, I drive a lot. Yes, I do.
Oh, they're like Honda lawnmowers. You can hit it with a sledgehammer.
Find that out. Hold on. I'm going to find out right now. How many miles do you get on a fully charged Tesla?
It's going to imagine it's going to be
158.
336 miles.
Bullshit.
No, that's true.
Right here.
No. It depends on the model.
Running lights. Okay, how about at nighttime? How long does it go?
It's going to be less at nighttime. It's going to be about
hot or cold.
If it's a normal everyday day in a 90-degree range, so 70 to 90 degrees, it's probably what it's going to get.
But there's all kinds of Teslas too.
Right.
Now, when it gets up there by y'all, in the freezing cold, it's going to probably get a little less.
A little.
The Model
that thing's
3
got to be able to chuck out some heat.
Is the lowest range Tesla, and that range is 267 miles.
Yeah.
The Model S, 405 miles. And the EPA on the Plaid is 348 miles, and for the long range, 363 miles.
So what's wrong with the hybrids, right? I mean, you got the electric, you got the gas. When you run out of electric, you go back on the gas and you charge the electric. I like that whole concept.
Why even do that?
Non-rocket science in the group, but why not have tires that automatically recharge your
Tony,
electric
I've been asking that for
battery.
30 years.
Hey,
I've asked. I don't understand why each tire don't have an alternator or a generator on it. I don't
They even
understand.
have each wheel that has its own motor.
There'd be no
But
reason
look,
for.
I'll give you something easier than all of that. I'll give you something so easy and so much
But
gas
don't say
mileage,
horse
so
and
little
carriage,
pollution.
man. Give me the Amish.
So listen, you can build a beautiful electric car with a big engine, everything, full of all the buttons and whistles, air conditioning, heater, lights, and bells, and you can get a couple thousand miles out. You know how you do it? You put a 2 horsepower engine in your trunk with an alternator built into it, and you constantly charge, just like you do your phone. You
You
constantly.
know what's funny, man? My Jeep is a Hemi MDS. At over 65 miles an hour, it's supposed to switch down to 4 cylinders and save you all this gas. I have never experienced that. And my ex had the exact same Jeep and motor. Never experienced that in my life, you know. So
Well, you know
I
what
don't
you
know.
said that I had a Cadillac that had the 468. I forgot what it was called, the Admiral something, but
I can see you with a Cadillac.
actually,
What kind of caddy?
it was I forgot it was Eldorado.
Ooh, Eldorado. Was it
So-
convertible?
Oh no, but it had the moon roof in it. Had the
What
really
color
nice-
was it?
The Longhorns on front.
Oh, it was the Admiral version. It was the special version. It was the blue and white with the little windows and the
That's
side
funny,
shit.
Jay.
What year?
I forgot. That's a long time ago, man.
Dude, I can see Joe driving a truck with the horns on
It's
the
a Robert
on the
De
hood.
Niro
Big old
vehicle.
Texas
I
Longhorns
like
on
a
front.
big truck too. You know what's funny is when people see me driving my Camry, it's so funny. I'll go see a customer and they'll see me pull up and they get up. And it's always a thing with them. They're like, I would have thought you'd have been driving something else. Like, what do you mean? And even when I'm driving my truck, they're like, I would have thought you'd have been driving something else. Like, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm a contractor. I should be driving a truck. And I said, I drive the Camry because I commute back and forth to New Orleans and it's great on gas, 31, 32 miles to the gallon. So that's why I drive it. And and it's fast as hell and maneuvers really well. So they expect to see me like driving one of those Chrysler 300s or something, or one of those Dusters or something, some kind of big sports car. You know what? I like American power cars, but I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, I owned a Corvette for a while, and I was a big fan of Mustangs. But
German cars is best. I'm looking at BMW 6 Series right now, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're so
Corolla's pretty
beautiful and
good.
hardcore.
To answer Michelle's next question, for the $30 to fill hers, it's $3, and it was $3.05 in Maryland today when I fueled up, so it was $45.88. So I just round up to 50. But in Pennsylvania, it's still for just the lowest regular gas unleaded is $3.
Sean, I know what you're thinking. Gas
So
mileage is for wimps.
16-gallon tank.
That's exactly right. You guys.
oh, he's
sit there
driving
with
something. He gets good gas mileage. anyway, so he
427
can't say-
L88.
I'm getting 36, 37 miles a gallon, but I'm still paying $45, $50 a tank. So
Yeah, but I bet you Sean gets as good gas mileage as you.
Yeah, I do.
friends in Europe
Maverick
pay
gets good.
3
He
times
gets-
what we
of course, Sean gets the best gas mileage. He's got horse and buggy.
He's got, he got a Maverick.
Yeah.
He's got a nice truck.
He's a meat cutter. He
got
can
him a
trade a
nice
porterhouse for a tank.
I got
not
my
sure
I
why.
got my Amish beard. See that? I got my
I'm
Amish beard.
confused though because there used to be a Maverick car, then it became a
The
truck.
Ford Maverick?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
now
who's
it's the
the new
truck.
Ford Broncos out, man.
Yeah, they're
What
not
are
bad.
you
They
talking
got
about?
2 different style Broncos.
Hey,
By the way.
that's not so weird, Joe. The Mustang also became a truck. The electric
Yeah, but it's-
Mustang Mach-E,
Yeah, but it's still a Mustang
SUV.
car.
the Mustang brand on it.
The Ford F-150 was the #1 selling vehicle in America. I don't know for how long.
It still
I think
is.
it just lost its first place this couple of years.
Here's
Yeah,
a
I
nice
don't
piece of
think
trivia for
Foster's
you,
special.
Mike. I don't know if you'll know this one, but what was the red truck? What make, model, and year was the red truck that George Sanford and his son drove on the show?
Wasn't it a Dodge 150?
No, but it looked like a 55 or something.
Close, Joe. It's 1950. It's 51 or 53. I don't remember the exact year. Ford F1.
I was gonna say they like a Ford because it had the
150,
rounded back.
The F1 is the first Ford pickup. Pretty cool.
Red Fox was awesome, man. He was a funny dude.
He was very funny dude.
Like just unbelievably
Very
funny.
naughty.
Love that show. Grady, the guy was cool. Man.
Oh,
Oh my
great.
God.
I had a friend
That
named
was a
Willie
good
that was
show.
like the same
That
type
was a
of
good
dude.
show.
It was so cool.
Can you imagine if they put those shows on Good Times
Barney Miller, man. Remember Barney Miller?
They have a good time station. Well, and it's not good times. I think it's called Get. They have several channels. There's a Get Comedy, Get whatever. There's one. The comedy one has good stuff on it, but the I guess action. It's got the Magnum PI, the original one. It's got Quincy. Remember Quincy? Medical Examiner.
Space 1999, man. Remember that?
Yeah, there's those on.
I had that model. I had that ship. That was like a big deal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
How fast do you think they would take those if those TV shows are playing that we grew up and watched? They wouldn't exist anymore now.
They weren't mean either, but they weren't mean.
I'll beg you this: unless you go to Amazon or maybe Prime, go to any other streaming system and look for All in the Family.
Come on, look at Hogan's Heroes.
You won't find it.
They brought laughter and comedy.
Yes,
look for the Jeffersons. I haven't seen the Jeffersons out there either, to be honest with you.
Barney Miller, that was one of my favorites, man.
Oh,
that was, you know what? That was one room. They shot in one room, and they were able to entertain. They were able to keep it moving. Think about it. They didn't have all these sets.
Second shift, they moved through rooms. Remember, they actually built the jail so they could put prisoners in the prison there. So,
how about Good Times? Good Times.
Good times.
You can get Good Times on one of those Get channels. If you go to Roku, go to the all channels thing and look for. There's like I said, they have Get Comedy, Get Action, Get Drama,
Hustle, keeping your head above water.
You can find some of those shows.
Making the wave when you can. Temporary layoff. Good times. Easy payment rip off. Good times.
So getting back to the Ford, it's the best selling truck for the last 46 years.
Hanging in a job line. Good times.
I just love Fords, dude.
It's matter of fact, nobody else even comes close to their asses. It's Toyota's is kind of getting closer in the U.S. Chevy and them don't have a shot. And I love a good GMC.
Anybody know why that is?
Not much of a Ford. Those Fords got great trucks, man. You want to know what? You want to know the real reason why? I'll tell you. The real reason why
have made the pickup truck, so they've been making them longer. That's why they
Ford. But I'm gonna tell you why it's the best selling pickup truck.
The Ford 150. Oh, Dodge too, man. Come on, you can't go wrong with a Ram.
Well, the F-150 started out as the F1, so that is
then it became the F-100. Yeah, then it was the F-100.
And then the 100, and then 150, and then 250, 350.
Don't you want a Ram? Don't you love saying I got a Ram, baby?
What I don't understand, who would want to buy a Ford 350?
People would have
farmed for a lot of different things.
Somebody would have farmed,
like as a work truck, and block and building materials.
Fifth wheel. People want to pull fifth wheel campers.
Exactly right. They're pulling equipment onto a site like a tractor or a bobcat. Sometimes I've seen guys, contractors with outhouses on a trailer on the back of their truck on their fifth wheel.
When it comes to the big ones, but so one of the big secrets about the F-150 is it's built on the Lincoln's chassis.
You gotta say this too. Japanese trucks
move.
Japanese trucks can't haul like American trucks can, and that's just a fact, you know. I mean, per pound.
The Toyota trucks, but if you see the new Toyota, it looks just like the F-150. I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was an F-150.
Yeah, like, wow. They're kind of big and bulky now.
But they got the same front grille. They got the same little cornered lights. I mean, they got as close to a Ford look as they could possibly.
I'm getting convinced that the body panels for all the manufacturers are only being made in one or two factories because so many cars look so alike anymore. It's ridiculous. It's like they're all being designed by the same dude.
$100,000.
Slap a different sticker on it, you know.
$100,000 for a truck.
Well, let me ask you guys this trivia question: does any of you three know how much a tractor trailer weighs? Not the trailer, just the cab that pulls the trailer. How much is the cab that the man drives? How much do those weigh?
It depends.
3.5.
Give me a range, and I'll tell you if you're
right. 3.5.
About 8,000 pounds. I know these used to be like 1,200. About 8,000, but I think they used to go around 12. I mean, somewhere in there because a lot of fiberglass now, so it's changed around a lot. You know,
fiberglass is heavier than steel.
So, but no, they start at 30,000 pounds and go up to 90. And that's just the cabin.
That's because the engine's steel.
I want you to ask your Siri what or whatever chick you're using, man. I want you to ask them what a cab.
We're talking hundreds of thousands of pounds.
A standard Peterbilt or Kenworth how much it
No,
weighs.
no one can haul goods and freight like America does.
I want you to
have
ask your
the
machine,
biggest,
man.
baddest
Ask your
truck.
machine. You guys are all.
They ain't answer the damn machine, man. The
You guys are all with
man.
the machine.
The
to ask the
machine,
question.
man. It's like fuck the man, fuck
Ask
the machine, man.
Well,
Michelle,
Michelle
close your
likes
ears. We're cursing.
Tacomas, man. Michelle likes Tacomas.
They're pretty
I'm
nice.
gonna do my
I
own,
like
man.
the
Hey,
Toyota
it's
truck.
11:11, man.
You
So there.
fucking traitor.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to fucking Japan.
Oh, shouldn't we be going to break or no?
Yeah, we're getting ready to go. It's
I'm gonna ask this question in my machine.
It's a good thing
I don't
like
have
it,
those
like
chicks.
this.
I don't like open communications with like, "Hey Siri," you know. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
Oh man, look.
I don't need that. That's gonna be evidence
It's
against
kind
you
of
guys
cool
at
because
some point.
downstairs in my living room, I can turn lights on and off. I can turn
Man.
in my bedroom. I can turn the TV on and off. It's pretty cool. Some of it.
When it comes to cars, I've owned an Audi, I've owned Beamer.
It's almost like Star Trek, but not quite. I mean, my doors don't open.
all sorts of cars, and my favorite car is a Toyota of any kind. I don't give a fuck what kind of Toyota it is. It's going to go 300,000 to 400,000 miles with very no maintenance. Change the oil every once in a while.
Like I said, you can hit it with a sledgehammer repeatedly, and it will still.
It's they are the best built. Their trucks aren't as good, but the problem for Toyota was
woefully underpowered. But you know,
well, I was going to say, so if you look at a Toyota, their four-cylinder trucks are good, but they don't know how to make a V8. They don't even know what a fucking V8 is. They just don't understand the concept of a V8.
I took one of their straight four the smaller Toyota pickup truck. I was going to buy it, and the first day driving it to work, it was like always uphill. It bogged out. It couldn't handle the hills. I took it back and traded it in for a Camry or a Corolla.
The weight of a Kenworth truck depends on the model. It can range from 14,200 pounds to 66,000 pounds. So
Tacoma's a pretty truck. They had a couple of nice versions.
About Peterbilt.
Most of the ones around here are white for some reason. Jimmy Lee, no, we're getting ready to go to break. What do you got before we go? We do have a little space science news to talk about later in the show. Why you got something interesting?
Remember Mack trucks used to be so cool. They had the bulldog up there, man. Like, you know
what?
I was cool.
Trucks are still kind of cool. I was agreeing with liberals today, so I figured tomorrow is going to be the
Peterbilt, 12,000 pounds to 82,000 pounds.
Anyway, it just depends on what it is, what it's for. But it's what it's made for.
Wow.
What size engine it's got under the hood.
You guys want to hear an interesting fact that Google just told me?
What's that?
The number one color of cars sold in the United States, it ranks in at a whopping 78%, and it's grayscale. White, black, gray, silver, and white being the top of those 4 or 5 choices.
I never saw why people who lived in a snowy area would buy white or gray.
That's kind of hard. They must have did it somewhere else because you got a white car or a white truck up here in Pennsylvania, dude, during the wintertime.
It's gray and black the first snow. Yeah.
You can't see anything.
But most businesses use white trucks or white cars.
Yes.
They just prefer that. That's what they want.
Well, if you go to any dealer car,
guys, it's good for your insurance.
If you go to any car dealership, when you go to their bulk truck area where they sell freight trucks and the container trucks that the electricians have little compartments on the side of it, they're all white. They don't come in any other color.
It's well, you look at California is trying to pass laws where you couldn't have but soft colors, no blacks, anything that would absorb anything that would bring in sunlight. I'm thinking
only red, man. Red.
I think it's time to give California to Canada and see if they'll give us Quebec and Saskatchewan.
The color of my truck is called Midnight Blue.
It's a nice start.
It is pretty.
I had a Firebird.
Toyota makes one for their pickup trucks called Cement, which is like kind of it's like a matte, like blue gray, but it is really awesome. It's a very cool color.
It's like a putty gray.
Yes, that's the exact word for it. It's like putty.
Well, they make 4 or 5 colors like that I used to call them clay colors.
Yeah, earth colors. Yeah, earth tones.
Because they kind of look like that, especially with the little shine to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. They switch up every once in a while. But guys and girls, we're going to go to break. We're going to be going for about 7 or 8 minutes. Go get you some coffee. Go get you a beer. Go get you a glass of wine. Send me a whiskey sour. I'd be happy with whiskey sour.
Oh my God, you're showing your age there, Joe. You're showing your age on that whiskey sour.
But you're talking about the number one drink in freaking LA, man. What are you talking
about? Boone's Farms.
What do you think I learned to drink the damn things? I'll say it when I show my age.
Sour is one of the number one drinks requested across the United States.
Yeah, I'll show you where I show my age is when I ask for a White Russian.
Cosmopolitan.
I like a White Russian.
Nah, you're a rum and coke guy, man. I can see you. Rum and coke with the umbrella.
I can't never rum's nasty.
Right there.
And we're drinking tequila because every time I drink tequila, I get in trouble.
No, you guys haven't lived until you've had a B-51 or a B-52, and that's a drink.
Dude, I come from the land of Long Island iced tea. Don't even try.
We learned how to make a real long Island iced tea.
Well, real quick.
I make a mean Long Island iced tea myself.
In Pittsburgh, we have what you call a boiler maker. That's a shot in the beer.
Yep.
I worked in New York City club business. Those bartenders could make anything you can even imagine, man. It was like they were very creative when they were doing their thing, man. But I'm not really a drinker.
So long iced tea costs in South Carolina?
$13.
26 back in 1983.
Okay, do you know what they cost down here on bourbon? On bourbon, they cost you 10. Anywhere else, they cost you 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say
no. In South Carolina, they don't sell liquor by the bottle. They sell them in them little airplane bottles.
They sell them in the 50 mils.
Yeah.
So if you go to the bar and you ask for a double, they give you 2 nips. They pour it into you.
Yeah,
pocket size. That's funny.
And then if you go to the liquor store in the same areas, it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. I think Hilton Head Island is the only place in South Carolina where you can buy all sizes. But if you go to anywhere else in South Carolina to the liquor store, you can buy one size of liquor, 1 liter. It doesn't matter what it is. So if you're having a party with like 50 people and you need several big, what we call handles or half gallons of liquor, you can only get liters. So you have to buy 3 and 4 of each thing for a big party. It's ridiculous.
We knew people in the airline business, man. My godfather was the head mechanic at Eastern Airlines back in the day. But my father's gas station, he's always making deals with people. He'd forever get these little bottles of alcohol, like boxes of them, and then give my mom a box, and we'd have that. When I was like 13, I was looting those, going with my friends back in the trails, like little Jim Beams and little Jack Daniels. We were like just glugging those things. That was funny, man. Those are the good old days, dude. It was funny. Boone's Farm, dude. We used to drink and go do roller skate.
I remember Boone's Farm. Yeah, and
play roller hockey. We used to play roller
hockey.
The
Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog.
Irish Rose. Irish Rose.
I can't drink wine. It's a waste of time. Wine and beer. Giving me wine and beer is like giving me a Coke, man. It has no effect on me. It's here's a quick story before we go to break. So I'm on Bourbon Street one night. I'm drinking with my friends. I've already probably had 12, 14 drinks. So run up on this trooper check. So they do this thing, and they're checking your reflexes. He said, "How many drinks do you think you had tonight, son?" I said, "I don't know, about 14." He's like, "Really? Would you like to check your reflexes?" So I sit down, and he goes, "Ding!" He's like, "Son of a bitch." And then I started doing double hands. So he said, "Would you take some shots while we're sitting?" I said, "Sure." So I pop a shot. Ding! Pop a shot. Ding! So I'm like 9 shots now, sitting there. And he's going, "Jesus Christ!" And he looks over his face. His fucking reflexes are getting faster as he drinks. I said, "Let me tell you something." I said, "I'm messing with you, Jess. I got an unnormally high tolerance for alcohol." I said, "I've been drinking." I said, "My grandma used to feed me neat shots at 2 to keep me quiet at the bar." I said, "I just have this," and so does my whole family. It is some kind of weird. They can't even be alcoholics because they couldn't afford it, drink enough to get drunk. So it is. I mean, when I go out, if I go out on Friday night, especially in the old days, it was going to cost me $500, $600, $700. But if I wanted to get shit faced, that's what it was going to cost me. So even today, even now, I don't even drink once or twice a year. I'm sitting in LA year before last with everybody. We're drinking. And I'm like, "Gee," he said, "You've drank more than everybody here twice, and you ain't got a fucking buzz." He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I got a buzz." I said, I have control of my buzz." I said, it's one of them things. But even today, it doesn't matter. It takes a lot to get me drunk. That's why I'll bet people anytime I can out drink. I said, you want to go that right? Sure, let's give that a try. I have such a good time with that. But we got to take a break, guys and girls, for real. We've got, look at this wolf farm. You see this thing behind you? Are you related to the wolf guy back here on my thing back here? Oh, no, that's not wolf. That's wolf. Oh, okay, I didn't see the eye. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back in about 7 to 8 minutes. I want you to please stay tuned to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side with Sean, Michael, Jay, and Joe. We're playing Parisi Squares tonight. Oh, wait, that's a Star Trek thing. Never mind.
Star Trek game, yeah. It's the most dangerous game in space, man. Watch out.
No, we're playing. What was that stupid thing where you bounce the ball from square to square? 4 squares. We're playing 4 squares tonight. And so I want y'all to stay. We're not playing that stupid game, whatever you just said. Shut up. Anyway, we're going to break. And no, we're going to break. Why? We're going to break. So we'll be right back. I want y'all to hang out, listen to a little music, catch some promos, see what's going on. Good fun stuff like
They
that.
want your peanuts.
Oh, before we go on break, real quick. So we're looking for a wife for Sean. So I got some ideas about it.
Not just a wife, Joe.
No, not just any wife now.
Pure clarity here. Real, wife number 23.
Yes, and she's got to be hot.
He's got meat and butter.
No skanky dogs. And got to make more money than he does. Yes, that's
no problem.
More money
that's the best tagline ever, Michael. He's got meat and butter.
Meat and butter.
And he would like to be able to semi-retire.
It's one of my pickup lines. I got.
And what I mean by semi, he wants to be able to travel. Anyway, on that note, we'll come back and talk about that more. But on that note, we're gonna go to break right quick. I want everyone to stay tuned again to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. And we'll see y'all whenever I find the damn song I just lost. Here we go.
Meat and butter.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs and voices never shared. And no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops fell, and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out in his morning. where the words on the prophets are written on the subway walls, tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
What's out there? What creates the shadows in the corners or the creatures of the dark? Who are those on the other side? What do they have to say? This is the Gateway Podcast. This is not your normal style of paranormal talk radio. Brought to you live from United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM New Orleans.
Welcome back, everyone. That was a real fast break. Oh, psych.
I had had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Works with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, you know. Seriously. Well,
when they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Welcome back, everyone, to News on the Flip Side. I hope you're having a good evening, great afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in a big, beautiful, blue fucking planet. Get out there and dance, shake your ass, and have some fun, man. It's Friday night, people, or it's Saturday night if you're on the other side of the world. But either way, it's a Friday or a Saturday night, so get the fuck out there, have some fun. And if it's Saturday morning, shake, 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 do the Trump dance. We're gonna have to get a thing on here, do the Trump dance. We have to make a video with the four of us doing the Trump dance. Well, you know what? Since y'all three are closer to each other than I am, I'll have to come up and see y'all.
Come on up, man.
Maybe we can all meet at Gettysburg and we'll do a pay-per-view event.
Gettysburg is what we'll do.
That's what we'll do. Yeah. We'll do a pay-per-view event.
I got minions up here. I got at least two dudes who would 100% dive in on that. They carry equipment and do whatever. You know, we'd have to have people running, you know, voice recordings. We need
first thing is we'll have to work out the internet setups, and once we know what we're going to do with that, Sometimes we may have to run off the phones. We have to do it other ways. But regardless, everything else should be easy because everything's Bluetooth now. The only difference is we won't know where Michael is halftime because his fucking head will be up in the clouds. Where's that bastard? I just seen him a little while ago. Or he'll look like people be out there with these headless horsemen walking around because the fog will be from here up. What the hell is that?
The Fog.
It's just Michael. Just ignore it.
It's a great movie, The Fog, man.
You know what I'm worried about?
The new one, the old.
Michael and I had to worry. We get together, especially in the graveyard. Stephanie might show up. She was more pissed at you than she was at me. So.
I'll have a fan and
Never
one of
pissed
those
at me.
backpack
Oh,
fans.
I remember her.
Jay said,
Well,
"Oh, you're good. You're good." Oh, jeez.
Oh, that would be funny. Oh my God, yeah.
It was.
Are you planning?
Jason might show.
Are we going to make a plan of that this year?
We're gonna have to. I'm thinking late. If life will be nice to me financially, I'm thinking maybe late spring, early summer, when it's not too hot.
Because I'll save a week of vacation so I can get my butt up there.
So we'll have to when we get off air, we'll have to sit down and work out the details.
Where?
What's that, Janine?
Gettysburg.
Oh, it's like 3 hours from me.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. For y'all are all closer together, so it's going to be like 14 hours for me.
You're not going to like these numbers, guys. Gettysburg is like 25 minutes from me.
Well, fuck you too. How's that?
Yeah, the hell with you, man, Jay.
Yeah, we all say fuck you, Jay.
Joe, check this out though, right? Instead of spending money on a damn hotel room up there, we can just crash at Jay's house, man.
Yeah,
that sounds good to me. Yeah,
it is possible that it would be very cramped. We have only one full bathroom, but as long as everyone's gracious and doesn't pee all over the sink, you're welcome.
Jay's only be throwing his ass out in the street. Get it? That's enough of this. These crazy bastards around my house. What's that?
No, I just know how things were back in dorm life. If all the bathroom stalls were being used, and especially in the bars, I learned this trick from my brother. Believe it or not, he's younger than me. The bathroom stalls are always busy. Where else can you pee? It's either on the floor or in the sink. At least the sink has a drain. Floors don't always.
That's what basements with wash tubs are good for, brother.
We also had a basement with just a drain in the ground. Just aiming pee in there.
Just throw some hot water down the
drain.
No,
Janine, it's not the pee show.
Bleach.
They're just off on a tangent. No, we're talking about going to Gettysburg for an investigation. Now, if y'all live around there, I mean, what do you mean? Oh, no.
Do you know Chris Jacobs?
Chris Jacobs. The name sounds familiar. Why should I know?
Well, I don't know if you've interviewed. Jeff and I have had him and I forget his partner on. They do ghost investigations at Gettysburg. I think they're still friends on my Facebook. I'll see if I can contact them. Maybe we can link up with them. They got they got the gear that we're not going to have. I got video equipment. I've got still camera equipment, and that's my. So I can also record audio. I'm very good with audio, so.
Well, I can bring some stuff from work for checking temperatures, because we got a lot of stuff we use for things that the ghost people use that we use for every day.
I'll just use my empathic knowledge, and
yes, and I have an empathic body part, so.
I'm empathic as well, but not in the way that Joe is suggesting.
It's very empathic.
Just give me a K2 meter and a DVR, and I'll be all right.
Well, see, it's weird for me because I'm susceptible to magnetic field changes. It's something that I was exposed to when I was younger.
See, now y'all are talking all Ghostbustery and shit. I don't know that. I'm analog. Give me a tape recorder. Give me a videotape.
No. See, this is a little payback. Jay, no. This is a little payback for all that damn Star Trek shit you talked about.
It's about time, huh?
All right.
Anyway,
as far as analog equipment goes for covering your guys' digital backs, I can record film, video, and still camera on emotion film.
If I can get the Sony working, then it's got Bluetooth built into it. It's got you can use it for night, you can use it for day, you can use it for a lot of things. So
Yeah,
I got a really nice. I got a really nice
I was
tripod.
going to sell the stuff, but I got so much
people
stuff.
here in Pittsburgh that will blow you away with all their equipment they got now, man. Honest to God, that
I used to use mine.
I know one guy. I know one guy that every time a piece of equipment comes out on one of them ghost shows, he's out there buying it.
I used to do that too, man. Buy and sell, whatever would work. And if it didn't work, got rid of it. You know, like those ITC devices were a bunch of noise.
So y'all don't have to worry about ghosts anyway. Ghosts are scared of me. So you can take me. I'm not kidding you. You can take me to the most haunted place on the planet. And we stand there, there won't be no fucking ghost.
Yep.
All my ghost friends hate me. They're like, Joe, you know. I'm like, I want to go with you. No, Joe, you can't go. I'm like,
same here.
They're like, but I said, no. I said, I'm going to come. No, you can't come. I'm like, why can't I come? She said, there you come, there's no ghost. You don't come, there's ghost there. Where you come, there's no ghost.
Joe, honestly, God, when we did investigations at houses, man, same way. Ghosts wouldn't come around if I was there. I'd just sit in my car for a couple hours so they could get some evidence for these people. And that's the truth.
I'm like, I don't know what that is. Well, the one lady asked me, she said, well, you can just move in with us.
I don't know if I'm immune to them either, but I know I've been scratched by an invisible entity one time, and that was pretty weird.
Hey,
besides, I always want to go along to make sure. I'm sorry, Sean. I always want to go along to make sure that it's not actually ghosties. It could be something else. Because, you know, there's a lot of cross paranormal stuff that goes on that paranormal people won't admit to, and for that matter, UFO people won't admit to.
Yep. So
there's a lot of cross contamination gets screwed up. So sometimes an alien thing will get somebody will say, "Oh, it's an alien thing." It's not really; it's a ghosty thing. Sometimes a ghosty thing turns out to be an alien thing, especially when it gets in the realms of poltergeist and shit like that. You know, those are easily confused. But you know, instead of just, well, hey, you know what? This may not be. This might be something else. We got some friends. I'll turn it over to them. Oh no, they just, you know, because it is something, they want to just use it. It's one of the bad things about the fields.
To actually do a good investigation, all you need is 3 people, man. That's it. Or 2.
Well,
yeah, we
never,
found that
never go out alone.
That's also true. The band Rush was only 3 dudes, and
if there was a lot of people in investigation, we got less evidence, and there was less. Like really, just Peter and I, and we would take a psychic or a medium both with us. You know, and I wouldn't tell them anything.
And one of the things I've noticed, particularly like, and I haven't watched the show in a long time, but I watched this, you know, religiously the first several seasons of, I forget the name of the actual show, but this guy's up in the Northeast.
Taps.
The
Taps guys.
Those guys, yeah. You know, then they captured what I thought was some pretty amazing. If they were catching it on analog, it would have been great, but almost all the tools they were using were digital recorders, digital cameras, digital film, digital video. And I was like, I'm like, why don't you have also an analog? If you're going to investigate something, digital effects, you can really easily digital images. You can easily fake. So I never trust digital imaging. Also, it's so powerful, digital imaging, that it catches things that people mistake for other things, like such as rods and orbs. Now, orbs do actually exist. I've seen orbs on emulsion film, and they're either one of 2 things. They're either it's a weird light source that doesn't have amoebas in it, i.e., it's not water on the lens, or it's something else. But I've seen them on digital, and it's like the whole frame. This whole frame is all like little dots, and that's because the imaging sensors are so powerful nowadays. They pick up more than they should.
They're picking up dust.
Dust, water, vapor, stuff like that.
Dust or bugs or water. It's going to
digitally and with an analog.
But you'll see orbs of light.
Those anomalies are there. Then you have something, because
we've captured orbs of light that were light.
You need more than one media. Digital is not the way to go. You need 2 medias.
You know what? Oh, see, I had a dude that brought analog on a lot of investigations. I was open-minded to it. But you know what? You didn't get a damn thing.
Well, then guess
That's
what?
That's probably because it wasn't real.
I mean, seriously.
Or he clicked the wrong time.
He was strictly analog.
When I show people the pictures, they can't wrap their minds around it.
So when you do it correctly,
it is what it is.
Yeah. So since we brought ICAR back, we'll go back to the same standards of evidence. Is you always have both cameras. Actually, I tell people to have an analog and digital video camera, and one of them starboard sealed cameras, on the 35 millimeters to take pictures with, because there's 400 with a 400 or 800 Kodak film in there. Them some bitches or they'll catch a lot of stuff that even digital
take pictures in almost any kind of light.
So, but if you see something, you can you can either if you can't do it yourself, you have two other people, which but have each one carrying a camera. So when somebody sees something, you can all just at the same time.
Right.
Then you know you got something. If it's not on all three venues or at least two, then something else is going on.
Exactly.
Not what you think.
Exactly.
So, but
Exactly.
we've always done it that way because digital is too. Like Jay just said, it is. So I can go right now. I can go so I can blot Mike out of here. Just take a picture of this whole screen. As a matter of fact, blot Mike out of here. Put a black drop there. Just put a floating something in their face or whatever. Upload it back to my camera. Say, look what I got in my backyard, and download it to somebody else. After that third download, there's no way to trace it back if it was fake or real. After it crosses to its third device, there's just no way to know. And when it gets to 4 or 5 devices, you'll never ever know if it was real or fake. There's just no way. And it's too easy to crop something in. Just like I said, I told the story before. A friend of mine sent me a picture of them at the wood facility in New Mexico, and they were standing in this underground facility, a whole bunch of them just standing in this big cavern, talking, some kind of meeting or showing or something. So she sent me the picture because she was in it. I said, well, that's cool. And then a couple of days later, I cropped them out and cropped in a flying saucer. I actually cropped in, what's it? The Bob Lazar saucer is what I cropped in.
Sport model.
Slid it right in there. Perfect fit. Everything looked really good. You could see the big tunnels where you could see where it could come up and down. And that's where it was. Oh, man, I got all kind of people in trouble. They thought something. They went on some kind of alert at the facility. I don't know what the hell happened. Apparently, I wasn't supposed to have that picture. I had all kind of information on them and on Yucca Mountain. She sent me all kinds of stuff, how the systems work, how it worked. I even know about the clay drops in Yucca Mountain, which is cool as hell how they do that. Instead of using lead, they use this type of clay. It's interesting in how it all seals together. And one day, there'll just be a little plaque out there with language, like 60 languages, and it's some weird sign language to let you know that don't dig here. Don't dig here. I mean, it's way deep. It's like 3 or 4 miles down, but still, it's interesting how all that stuff happens. What's that, Christy? What do you mean aliens don't exist? You mean illegal aliens from Mexico don't exist? Is that what you're telling me? You better call Trump and let him know. Oh, you mean extraterrestrials? Like from what? From a different dimension? A different planet? Oh, from a different planet? Why do you think that? Have you met Joe Biden? I mean, really?
Even if you haven't met Joe Biden, you had to have heard of math. It's mathematically impossible that other planets are dead. We cannot be the only living species in the vastness of the universe. If you looked out at any of the telescopes,
that would really suck if we were.
Yeah, and it would suck on top of that. Yeah.
Like we're really the only living shit in this whole goddamn universe.
Well, you know what? That would suck and not suck. In a way, it kind of sucks. But then the other way, you got the whole universe to yourself. You can do it how you want.
We're alone, man. We're alone, dude.
We're gonna contaminate the whole damn
show.
big place.
We're alone, man.
Give us 100 billion years, we'll be all over it.
It's an alien biological experiment gone wrong.
We want the humans on this side of the galaxy, on this side of the universe, won't even recognize.
Goddamn aliens. We're the aliens, I think.
I'm sending you pictures if you can put them up.
I see those.
Yeah, we don't put porn on here, man.
No nudies.
No. The third one I'm sending you, dude. This next one will blow you away.
Where is it? Jay, you can see him? Put him up if you can see him. I can't see him.
Yeah, I can see them. I'm going to have to download them, I think.
I sent
where
them
are
to
they?
Messenger.
Oh, no, if you're in your messenger, you don't have to download them. You can present. It'll grab them off of Messenger.
Okay. All right, cool.
It's the which I forgot which feature it is, but it's,
Okey-doke,
I think
okey-doke,
it's a
okey-doke.
slide PDF feature or something. Anyway, it's one of them. I'll let you do it.
Well, on one of them, I don't think Sean's going to like my results, but I'm sorry.
Which one? The orb?
The last one.
That you don't believe in that?
No, I'll show you.
Did you see the left side of that picture? Put it up.
All right, so this is the first one you sent. I'll make it bigger. Does everyone can see that?
It's not anything yet. Hold on, let me add it to the screen. There.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
That's a single orb with one in front of it, outside.
Yeah, so those are definitely orbs. This one here has nothing in it. This one, there's some anomalies in it, so it could be a spot on the lens, but this is not light aberrations because the light source is from behind. You can see it. There's the light source.
It's like bugs.
So that is a legitimate orb. What was that? Is that a digital?
That's a digital camera.
Oh, you're lucky, man.
That's
that spec was pretty close, man. It's probably just the
no. I'd say that's probably out somewhere between this figure and this camera. That thing is in the middle. It's not on the lens. This lighter one could be on the lens, but this bright one is not. There's nothing in it. It is strictly its own light source. So that one's legit.
Orbs, man.
That one's
no,
legit.
it's reflecting off the
but
flash.
There's a couple more.
A huge flash.
That's my girlfriend.
Hey, baby. Hey, wait. We went screw the orbs. Let's go back the other way, man. What?
These appear to be very bright light sources. This is a light. This
is not the marina. Those are lights. But look at the green orb on the grass.
This here is the light bouncing off of a boat, and this speck down here is probably what would call not a sundog, but the same kind of idea. It's a lens flare from this light source.
No. And look what's beside it.
Well, that person, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't explain that.
I can. It's a ghost. It's a shadow figure.
Yeah. I can't explain that. The light source, the orb, I can explain that.
Then you'd have a bunch. No. That's an orb, dude.
No, I would disagree with you on the orb. That's from the light source. It's
the fairy girl would say that was a fairy because
the gray figure here is if this is a digital capture, you can see part of the tree through the figure, and part of the tree you cannot see through the figure. You can see part of the grass through the figure, part of the background, and other parts of the background and the grass you cannot see. So he's partly opaque and partly not. That's that's pretty hard to fake with a digital effect.
Here's how that shot was set up. So a girl was walking by. First of all, where that green orb is where the owner buried her dogs. Okay. Is exactly where she buried her dog.
Okay.
Now, with this, the girl walked by, she felt something. So she just went like 10 yards back, set her camera on a tripod, put a 30-second delay on the camera, and that's what she came up with.
Is this and it's a digital or is this an emulsion?
It's digital.
Okay.
She had a digital camera.
Yeah, pretty much everybody uses digital now.
Well, the ghost figure is brilliant because I mean, like I said, you can see parts of the background through it and parts of the background you cannot see.
It looks like it's moving there.
We call him the preacher man.
It looks like he's holding a book. Yeah.
Oh no, it looks like it's moving. Because there's some blur spots.
There's some motion blur at the top where the head is and the shoulders.
The hands are, the shoulder, the head, the hands, and even down here where I guess this is a shirt hanging over their pants.
I think
that even looks like a wallet, man.
Yeah, you sent one more.
Yeah,
let me around pictures. I'm just too good at this shit from
look, if you can bring that in, look at the left side of that picture.
I see there's a person standing right here.
Yes.
But I don't think I can make it any bigger.
Okay, but that one right there.
People, if you're watching this by clicking the bottom right part of the screen, you can make the screen bigger for yourselves.
That one there, it was a girl caught that off her Apple phone. And
so this person isn't actually there. This is a ghost figure.
That's a ghost figure. And what's crazy about that, the people who
it's like 50 shirt or a t-shirt.
What it is that the people who run the cemetery, they found the place where they found that dude at. And if you're looking down, there's a headstone that has a woman and 2 young girls. And we do believe that that guy's looking down at his family.
I just sent all 3 of you guys 2 pictures each of a ghost. She's a ghost. The guy from the apartment identified her as his aunt who had passed away.
If it's in your messenger, Michael, or
you can see her standing in front of Peter. His body's solid, and she was right in his face, dude. And I was like, dude, did you feel anything? Like, feel anything?
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, nice. I felt nothing. When this guy whipped out the photo album from 1959, that picture of 59, that was his aunt. And she's carrying a box. And you can see her long-ass fingers in the picture. She has long-ass fingers, like a real-life picture. And she used to be into these rosewood boxes. This guy called us in because he had, in that area, something was typing at his keyboard. Right where she's standing, there's a huge long desk, and he was an architectural landscaper, and he had like all these computers, you know. Yeah. And then he said his wires started floating in the air, and then the keys were typing, but they weren't typing anything up. And we went in. First, Peter went in. He got these dark shadow figures in the kitchen and whatever. And then we went in. You know how we got that picture? There was we had a Winchester ghost cam. It was called, not even infrared. Plain old, but we took ultraviolet light, you know, UV light, and we shone it on that area. So we had a big ass UV light shining, and that's why I think we got that picture of her, and right in front of Peter's face. Like zoom in on that picture and look at her face and his face. And I've talked to people and I said, try to look into the pixels, try to tell me this is fake. This was our 3rd investigation, and we couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. And I was like, it's the dude, right? It's not a ghost. He's like, nope, you know. And that one picture where she's by herself, nobody was in the room, and we were able to corroborate that. And
those are
you,
nice.
You also mentioned something of a Winchester with a flash. I also have a Winchester with a flash, but it also comes with a loud bang and a bullet right after. So
no, this was a really an old hunting camera, you know.
Yeah,
we used to use the hunting cameras all the time. That real quick trigger time and. You know, always reliable, take a series of pictures or even videos. So, you know, but that's best pictures we ever got.
Yeah,
best we ever got. Yeah, look at that. You can see Remington. There it is. Yeah, you can see her standing right there. And when I show people the picture, they're like, you know, they think the thing shining in the window is the ghost. I'm like, no, it's the woman in the room right there in front of your face. And if you look really close at her face, it's all pasty and weird. Yeah, I'll tell you, man. When I saw this, I was like blown away. And then right in front of Peter, too, that next picture.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like she's black and white, but
look at Peter, how solid he is. So he's bending over the desk, putting his recorder down as we're putting equipment around. She's right in his face, right in his face. There's not even any room to stand there. And it's like if you zoom in, she's like right in his face. It's so freaking weird. I love it, man. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. At 4:30 in the morning, he sent me these pictures after the investigation. He's like, Mike, you're not going to believe this. And then I was like, oh, my God. You know, it was just like that. And that was the best. That's the best picture.
Do her lips in this picture, do her lips appear red to everyone else? I mean, they did to me on my screen.
It's really weird. It's weird. The whole thing, you can see right through her.
Black. I don't know.
You can see right through her. You know, like you look real close, you can see through her. And it's just really strange, the whole thing. But I found it like, wow. You know, but when the dude pulled out the photo album, a picture of her from 1959, and she looked just like that. And he's like, oh, my God, it's my aunt. Oh, my God. He's like, he was flipping. The guy almost passed out. You know, he's like flipping out. I was like, oh, my, she got a message for you, man. You know?
Jay, I just sent you a video if you want to put it up. It'll blow you away. Please put it up.
Election special. Remember that?
Oh, look at Jay Nichols. Who's this guy in the middle, man? This is some sham-looking guy. Who got this guy here?
He's shady, man. Look at that.
He's shady. Look at him, shady looking son bitch, man.
Jay Shady. He's a card player.
Jay's there.
Mississippi Riverboat.
Did you see it, Jay?
Yeah. Give me a second here, and I'll get it up.
No, this video will blow you away. It just will.
Psychic.
Yeah, I'm psychic.
I think everybody is
Psycho.
on some level. You know?
No, everyone is. Yeah.
Sensitive.
Get over yourselves. I mean, everybody's not psychic. Too many people are too stupid to be psychic.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right, here we
They
go.
are. I'm testing.
Here we go. Here we go. Check
Ready
this out.
for
Here we
this?
go. Dun, 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 dun,
17 seconds.
You got to turn it up if you can.
Oh.
Edwin, if you're here, put one of these candles out, but don't burn yourself.
That candle went out. Play it one more time.
You got
It'll repeat.
Edwin, if you're
You
here,
can
put
do
one
that
of
without
these
a ghost.
candles out, but don't burn yourself. Oh my gosh!
That is what you call one of them hurricane candle holders.
Yes.
No, go ahead. You're laughing. You're like, what the hell?
No, it's a hurricane lamp. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
pretty cool.
that candle was inside that hurricane lamp.
It's inside a hurricane lamp. Yes.
Yes, it was.
You want to see some stuff, man? Watch some of my shows, the Discovery Paranormal and American Ghost Hunter shows we did. I mean, responses like this one woman, she was leaving this amusement park up by Rochester. This guy decided to commit suicide in front of her van. She's in there with her 5 kids. The dude ended up in her house and in the closet. I mean, it's a whole long convoluted story. She was a nurse. It messed her up. It messed her kids up. We went in there with a medium, amazing person, and then asking questions. Every time we asked a question, the equipment went off, went on. As soon as I asked for it, it went on, went off, and then we kind of got a handle of things. But it was a really cool story, cool video, cool story. But it's amazing how they were seeing him in the minivan. They were like sitting in the front. They were seeing this guy Casey, his name was, And
well, what I tell everybody, if you want to be very well known in the paranormal field, write a book.
Well, we know in any field, write a book.
Write a book.
Write a book. Yeah, what's the future writers of America?
Ed and Lorraine Warren became very popular.
Writers of America, whatever it is.
Write a book.
No, she's telling you the truth. If you want to be famous, write a book. It makes it easier. Yeah. Podcasts help these days, but still, write a book.
Well, but just about everybody has a podcast though nowadays.
I think OnlyFans. I think
Joe Rogan was
you guys on
OnlyFans.
Before selling some cheap.
OnlyFans like this one step away from Pornhub, Mike.
Hey Jay, the 4 of us should do an OnlyFans channel. Us
there you go.
Charge per month. We can split it 4 ways.
Yeah, if you ever want to know anything about Star Trek, just ask Jay, man. I'm telling you, he'd be the best.
I don't know at all. I know a good bit. Some of my friends on Facebook know more. Like I have literally.
Oh, that's right. Jay's not gonna be here tomorrow.
The costumes for me when I pay him for them.
We have a transvestite woman coming on tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Look at his face.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't be on tomorrow night. I'm going to be down in Montgomery County tomorrow night, so I won't be on tomorrow night.
Ooh, man, actually, it's
Hey, Joe, bring your mic a little closer. We can barely hear you.
It's what the hell? What's going on with that?
There we go.
I said no. It's I was just telling somebody we're not really bringing on transvestite. Actually, her name is Chirus. Actually, she's coming by to see us tomorrow. Hang out. Well, I don't know where Lee is. We need a female host to offset these 4 ugly bastards. Or these 3 ugly bastards. I've made it loud. It was a Freudian.
3 ugly.
Do you call her?
Do
you call him her?
No, she's not. She's not a transvestite. She's an Amazon. No, she's she's been on this network many times. She was my Virginia director from it. Probably will be again soon.
Why don't you bring your girl Jenny on?
Jackie from anytime she wants.
I want Lily White, man.
Fuck that, clear that with the boss lady. I might get myself in trouble. Because actually,
difference.
I live in trouble, but there's no reason to add trouble when you don't have to. It's let's say Christopher. So anybody's welcome on this. Doesn't matter who they are. Anybody who stop by who wants to be on this show, all they have to do is tell us when they're in tech that they want to come on screen with us, or they want to come on voice with us if they can. We're not. It's not a format that we hold unless we know you're an asshole, and then of course we'll let you on twice as fast. I mean, no, we won't let you. I'm sorry, I fucked up there. But no, and in all fairness, this show, along with the chat, both are designed to be informative and have information, but they're also designed so that people can interact with the show. We want other people coming on. It's nice when people stop in and we pop them on mic with us because we don't do phone calls anymore, which kind of sucks. But we do have the option now to let people just pop on mic with us. So we used to use Pal Talk for that, but we don't have to anymore. Y'all can just come on here. I'll start channeling the Pal Talk over here, and y'all can just hop on the mic. You don't have to get on a video if you don't want to, in case you're half naked or, scary. We don't want to see scary people. It's well, I know how it is. You're listening to a radio show or you're watching some TV, and you're like, you know what? I want to go say something to these assholes, and you want to pop on it. And
yeah, I mean,
for a lot of people, it's easier to get their point across by voice.
It's business up top, but it's party down below. So we don't want to. We can't. None of us can stand up.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm wearing shorts. If you're lucky. So yeah. Yeah. Well, it's Friday night, so we always had a rule was Naked Admin Friday always since back in the mid-1990s. Whoever was live on the air had to be naked, from the waist down.
Oh God, gross.
That's it.
I'm gonna have to wash my eyes out with Clorox bleach now. Oh Jesus!
Oh Jesus is right. Oh yes. Speaking of that, thank you very much. I wanted to. A couple people wrote into us and told us they really enjoyed the Jesus show. So we didn't get as much information as that I'd like, but we got a lot in, and a lot of good comments. Actually, we got. You know what? Let me pop over here. I got some of these links I wanted to run through right quick. Let's see what we got here. So I'm a little confused by this altogether. Thousands of U.S. paratroopers are boarding massive Boeing C-17 simultaneously. I mean, sorry for that not being able to speak.
Where are they going?
That's my question. Where are they going?
Where are they flying out from?
Flight tracker?
It's not saying. It's just saying it's a 20-minute article.
Well, if they're mentioning Lunar Army Airfield down in Georgia, then that means that's a major blowout if they're sending guys out to Europe.
You can use Flight Tracker, man. It'll show you where
they're flying them out and all kind of stuff. They're flying them out on those, on cargo planes, on Chinooks. They got it flying out on all kind of stuff. Where the hell are we going? Are we going to war I didn't know we were actually involved in or something? Are we going to war?
In Europe with troops just in case Russia decides.
Well, no, I forgot about that, but they did say we mentioned it the other night, but we haven't been able to upgrade it. Joe Biden did say he wanted to hit Iran before he left office. It's so if we're sending troop transports, we're sending fighter escorts with them. There's nobody flying around. I see a lot of Navy ships here too, so I don't know what's going on here.
Something happening, man.
But generally, when something really weird is going on, we see it down here first because there's a lot of. What the hell? How many times is this thing up here?
Hey, Mike, does that flight tracker work? Is that legit?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to my ex when she was flying in anywhere. I used to use it constantly to track the plane. But yeah, you can like the Israel stuff. You can see how the planes were kind of flying around in circles. It shows you helicopters, shows you planes. Oh
yeah, we've been using Airport Monitor for.
When Syria fell. They tracked the plane that the horse's Aswad got in with his wife to fly to Russia, first to Russian base and then to Russia. So yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Anything with a transponder.
Yeah. Pretty accurate stuff.
Actually, we're already at another break. Jeez, how many breaks? I just looked down. It was 11 o'clock. I was like, son of a bitch. Past my bedtime. What are you talking about, Christopher? Oh, my coffee? No, it's not cold. For Christmas, I got one of them cold warmers that's sitting right there on the table next to it. It's keeping it at 135 degrees right now. Yes. So anyway, we're gonna take a break right quick. Oh, yeah, they're nice to have. No, what was it? No, Janine, we're gonna take a break right quick. We had a couple more links to go through when we come back, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about President Donald Trump and the flag. I got some comments on that about should we be at half-mast doing the inauguration? Yeah. So, or should we be flying full flag? Because Jimmy Carter will have been in the ground 11 days by then. And
on the 9th, after his funeral, that's when you turn them back to full mast.
Yeah, well, they're saying for the inauguration they're going to be flying at half-mast.
Well, that's ridiculous.
So, Trump's having a conniption. Well, they say in 30 days. I'm like, no. Country don't need to start off with the flags at half-mast. But anyway, we'll talk about that when we get back.
And really, it's Jimmy Carter. You know what I mean? So,
it is Jimmy Carter. So.
He was a terrible president. I don't know. People out there are like, oh, Jimmy Carter. You don't know. I was in elementary school. He was a terrible president. Terrible.
He was kind of an insane president. But guys and girls, so we're going to go to break, and we'll see y'all in a few minutes. So just hang out. Oh, wait. I think this orb picture Sean showed us is in this commercial. Let's see.
Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
When they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestro, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Hi, and thank you all for joining us today. We are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in New Orleans.
This is the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans and 105.3 in the Gulf Coast. UPRN, talkradio.com. Esoteric If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to discuss on the show, please email us at paranormal.insight.podcast@gmail.com. That's paranormal.insight.podcast@gmail.com.
What's out there? What creates the shadows in the corners or the creatures of the dark? Who are those on the other side? What do they have to say? This is the Gateway Podcast. This is not your normal style of paranormal talk radio. Brought to you live from United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM New Orleans.
It was they scrambled and they got Brian in there, but I wouldn't take anything away from Brian. He did a great job. They're on tour now, aren't they?
I have no idea, but they weren't my favorite band back then, but they have some pretty cool songs, that being one of them.
They were my favorite, man. I mean, as pound for pound, and of all the bands I like, I think that I could listen to AC/DC most without them annoying me, especially Bon Scott days. A lot of those songs are deep. It was much different back then. It was more rock and roll and just real cool. Like, I don't know, man, Highway to Hell, that was a great album. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. My mom was going to the mall with my sister. She's like, "You want anything from the mall?" I'm like, "Yeah." You see, this album from AC/DC called Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I want the album. So later on, she comes home, and then I'm like, "Did you get the album?" And she's like, "No." She's like all pissed off. And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap." Songs like Big Balls, Problem Child. She's like, "I'm not buying that of you." Next day, I went to my local record store. Boom, bought the album, man.
Oh man, I had the original Miss You album from the Rolling Stones. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. The one where they had all the faces on it. The one they tried to recall and get everybody to give back. So I was playing Miss You on it, and Miss You gets it's unedited version. So my mom's walking by the room and she hears one of the verses of the song is all black girls want to do is get fucked all night long. And before anybody writes to me, it's actually the verse in the song. So I'm giving you the lyric in the song. And she stops and she goes, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "What?" She said, "Replay that." I said, "Replay what?" She said, "Well," I said, "I don't know. It was just playing randomly, Mom. I'm not sure what the hell you're talking about." She said, "Oh, no. She said, "Replay it." And I'm like, and I'm thinking, "Oh, shit. Here goes $20 out the window, man." You don't even want to know what she did that poor cassette. It was right after AIDS ended. When I first got my car, it actually had an 8-track tape player in it. And I hated 8-tracks because you have to flip the bitches over. You'd be in the middle of the song. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to flip it over.
There's only 4 tracks on each side, left and right.
If you have never experienced 8-track, be fucking grateful and don't worry about it.
Oh, they're a pain in the ass.
It's like when whoever invented mini CDs.
You can't go wrong with that kind of size tape.
You can't really. It's I had a great stereo. That wasn't a problem.
Very small, and then they
cassettes were always fucking up.
You can get a 4-track player that divided the cassette into 4 tracks. You remember those?
If you listen to your cassette
now with like some bullcrap software, you could have 120 channels. It's crazy.
Well, I tell you what was cool when cassettes came out and people started giving me cassettes and I started buying them and record them. I was like, man, I got an 8-track in my car, and they came out with this little 8-track thing that you pop the cassette into, and you put it in the machine. It worked great. I was like, well, isn't this cool? People, Janine, it's before your time, baby. Don't worry about it.
I had 1,000 watt. I had 1,000 watt Marantz. That thing had tubes, man. That thing was amazing. And then I had two 350 watt. They were actually Sentry monitors, but they could handle 350 watt RMS, which is a hell of a lot of power, And then, what more do you need?
I I had an Akai reel to reel with tubes in it, 3,500 watts. It was so it was just a box, a rectangular box, and when you'd split it open, the case would come out, and each side of the case was a speaker. So you could it came with the cords and everything, and then it was a reel to reel. That fucking thing was unbelievably loud.
No, you want loud. When I started working at the Ritz, our house PA was 20,000 watts, man. It was 1,000 watts a piece. There were 20 of them. Fans blowing on those things. I used to go in there early just to bring Pink Floyd and some Zeppelin. I'd be jamming out, man. Oh my God, the sound, dude.
Yeah, but you can't put that in your house, man. And you need something for your house. Like this studio has a 1,600 watt system in it. It's that's it from when I first put it up. And the reason it does is because the speakers I get from time to time, I got these speakers I got in from England. They're really nice. I picked them up a long time ago. They're rated at about 2,000 watts each speaker. And they're bookshelf speakers, not even full-size speakers. And they'll blow you out the thing. So anytime I buy a stereo, which I still actually have a regular stereo sitting over there, I always make sure it's at least 1,600 watts. It's not like I'm going to use it all the time, but I do come in here sometimes when I'm doing work or doing archives and turn the system on because I got so much shit stored. Besides that, y'all sound kind of cool. But when I get the deep basses in, it's like, "Hi, I'm Sean. How are you tonight, man? Give me your fucking money or else, you bitches."
I'm from the host of Into the Night, young lady.
Right. Yeah. Our voices all get like 8 octaves deeper. What's that, Debbie? The End of the World as We Know It. You mean the song, The End of the World as We Know It? There's a song and a movie and probably even a TV show.
Yeah, there was all kinds of themes on that same
about the end of the world
platform.
It's who's going to bring about the end of the world? Well, we're hoping it's not Joe Biden. Who wants to go attack Iran and blow some
People are
shit
going to
up?
blame it on Trump. You know, they called Trump the made this before. You know, the third coming of Nostradamus' predictions, and nothing happened then. So,
well, you know what? Just put the blame on me if it happens because everything else is blamed on me.
That's right. Blame fucking Sean.
Abba Vanya was right about Trump. She was right 100%.
He accidentally peed on Satan's head, and Satan had to take revenge.
She called
Hey, what do you think of that chick that runs Italy, man? The blonde. She's like doesn't take no shit. She's just like,
I've only heard her twice, and both
Don't
times
mess with Italian women.
But both times I heard her, she wasn't prepared on what they were talking to her about. It wasn't that she wasn't trying not to be rude, but it just she had got to that whatever the paparazzi were trying to get her for. Because the way my Roku is set up, the first 4 channels are all overseas news channels, and then there's 6 or 8 American news channels. That way I can keep up on everything. And I just let it play in the background in the evenings. But what I got
Did you try to get a hold of that chick that's on Sky Australia?
Actually, I have written to her producer.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to look. I'll be happy with a 15-minute segment.
You got to write to her agent.
It's
a real immediate response. Producer probably not. Agent.
But there's no else place to write to. You can't find anything else to write to her. Oh, and I did drop her an email, so we'll see how that goes. Man. It just depends.
She's got to be out there somewhere.
Well, she works for Sky News, so she's all over the place.
I think she's she's hot and she's nice. And
Sky News is Sky News in Australia. That's not the same as the Sky News in UK.
Well, they got 2. They had both. They got Sky News Australia and Sky News UK.
Yeah, UK they're very liberal. Australia they're very conservative.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And
I love them in Australia.
And then there's EU News, which I keep on the channel. So there's those 3 on there, and then there's CBC, which is the Canadian broadcast network. They're on there as well. There's somebody else on the other side. So there's 5 of them around the planet, and then and then I have a link for Pravda. So if I want to, or not Pravda, it's a TNF or whatever the hell it's called, Russian propaganda news station over there. I like to keep up on them from time to time.
We should try to do pony phone calls on Putin. I bet we can get through. You know something. When that plane landed in the Hudson River, I called into CNN, and I was like, man, I'm on the wing of the plane. I can't believe it. I was like, they freaking put me on the air, dude. You can still hear that call. I was like, I need my medication. I'm on the wing of the plane. There's no boats or anything, man. The plane is sinking. We're going down. The guy said, how do you feel right now? I'm like, how do you think I feel?
I'm going to drown you, asshole.
I used to call into everybody. I used to call into Howard Stern all the time and talk to him. I was on that show a lot, man. But I would call into anytime there was a disaster, I would call in. I'd say I was there. Tornado, yep, I'm there. Hurricane, I'm in the middle of it.
I saw that turd.
So much
that's right. I forgot we were still doing links.
They put you on the air without even checking any kind of credentials.
Oh yeah, a lot of times they do. Oh man, I know you see.
They put you right on the air. Like, let's get them on now. I'm on the wing of the plane.
NASA's building a new rover. They're going to go play on the moon with a new rover. China might get there first, even though we've been there. So I guess it doesn't.
A Tesla rover. The guy's got to build a rover now, right? I mean, he's got.
No, they've already got one built.
They still have the one that they didn't use on the moon.
They
locked away in Arizona.
Oh yeah, they got those three of them, right?
It's in DC in the Air and Space Institute. It's right on the ground. You can walk up to it. If you cross the barrier, it's like 3 feet. You can touch the damn thing.
Yeah, there was three of them left over.
You to drive it away, man.
Well, there's probably no battery in it, so you'd have to get charged. But
yeah, I mean, it probably only weighs like 20.
Oh man, what happened to the Bills quarterback? Bills forced to replace quarterback before playoffs.
No way, really?
Yeah, what happened to him, man? They're the only team to beat the freaking Chiefs. So the only team to beat the Chiefs, you don't have a quarterback now?
Oh, they're probably resting him because they're in the playoffs, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Season's over, right? There's no more games, is there?
Yeah, no, 17
one
games.
One more weekend.
Oh, got one more week.
Okay. Oh, the bye guys. Yeah, there's 18 weekends. That's right. Yeah.
And I see Joe Burrow's made a good comeback, but the number one quarterback in the league again. He needs to be on a real team where he can really make a difference.
No
man.
shit. He needs an offensive line. No,
he needs a whole fucking team.
Defense. They need a defense.
Oh, they need defense bad. Let's say, Carolyn, we're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes,
the Saints. The Saints, they just buy some bags and put them over there.
The Saints don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They don't even have a coach. This guy was an interim coach. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And Carr is nobody liked him from day one. Nobody wanted him down here. Everybody's like, well, who's this fucking guy?
Carr, I'm telling you what, Carr is just like, oh God, gross. He's not a quarterback at all. He's a crybaby.
There was too many good people coming out of college to be using somebody like this idiot.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's this? 4 planets better than Earth. Whoa, that's kind of cool.
How do they know? Have you been there?
Apparently they have. They're saying that they're better for. Well, I have heard them talk about they found planets that are more conducive for us, which again makes us sound like that we're not native to this planet.
Are you talking they have trees that eat fluorocarbons from gasoline and don't pollute the atmosphere? That would be awesome.
They have trees that reach down and wipe your hiney for you.
Where?
Nice.
It's
where at?
If everybody knew that, then we would, we'd have to kill them.
And they can't be cut down and be used for wood either. Look at that. This is just too cool. So, and this just recently they found another planet that the gases they found in the atmosphere can only be made by life. So even NASA can no longer say there's not life out there. They've got to get over there, getting asshole selves. Well, maybe we can speed through this right quick. Let's see.
You gotta watch out for the gas of Uranus, man. It's
yes, it is rough, man. It is rough. I have to agree with Mike, man. That shit is rough.
You knew a Uranus joke was coming up.
Who's that?
Hey, Mike, do you know what the USS Enterprise and Charmin have in common?
What's that?
They both orbit Uranus and wipe out Klingons.
Oh God, here we go.
Mars, Venus, Titan, Europa.
That's my only Star
Trek
show.
We found nothing But when you stop to consider that there are more stars in the universe than grains of
More
sand
stars
here
in the
on Earth,
universe.
and
You guys are very
nearly
light.
every star has its own planets, it's
Cafe au
hard
lait.
to imagine that
Yes.
Earth is the only inhabited world. And we found some pretty promising options.
Uh-oh.
So let's go for a little journey to the most
Let's go
exciting
for a little journey.
exoplanets ever
Do they have
discovered.
Instacart?
But these
They don't
planets
right
aren't boring and dry like
Instacart.
Mars. These are super habitable
I
worlds
think we should
that
send
are
that
bigger,
guy right there.
better,
there.
and more
But this one's got, it's a habitable world, a habitable moon. Holy crap, holy man, we're moving. This don't look like a better planet. This looks kind of
This
scary
planet
looking.
is considered to be the best candidate for a super habitable world.
Really
A
now.
massive, rocky world twice the size of Earth,
Ooh,
orbiting
2G
the habitable
gravity.
zone of its star. This means that the conditions are just right for liquid water to exist on the surface, a key ingredient for life as we know it.
Oh, you're too
Our
boring.
sun is
We can't do
I
you.
have to
Y'all,
be
y'all
honest.
got to go. We'll have to do that when I'm in a better, different kind of mood.
Yeah, I'm
Bye.
going
Adios.
to I'm falling asleep over that.
I was. Oh wait, we got to do this for sure though, Sean. This probably will put you to sleep. This is the 104 best sci-fi movies ever.
Star Trek. Oh my God, Jay, he just woke up.
No,
Jay woke up.
Some of
Jay just woke up. No,
the new Star Treks aren't on that list because some of the new Star Treks actually suck.
Okay, we got to go through this list fast because it's long. So,
Yeah.
105th, 12 monkeys. Well, y'all may be able to see this. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Present, share screen. My mama said, bite me on the ass. And I
Say
said,
my
no,
mom-
mama, I don't want to bite me on the ass. She said, yeah, let him bite you on the ass. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. Is it up here with y'all? Okay. Stage. There you go. So y'all can see that?
12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
They came in
Let's
last.
see.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's see.
Weird
It's,
movie.
wait, can y'all see it change? Did it change?
yeah, it changed.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is this? This looks like
That's
something you
2001.
recognize. What the hell is this?
That's 2001.
Oh, no, yes. 2001. A Space
2001,
Odyssey.
man.
It's the it's
That's Keir Dulia. That's what we're looking
one
at.
103.
That's Keir Dulia
104.
right there.
Wow, controls Major
Oh,
Tom.
God.
Yeah,
Scanner
dude.
Darkly. Never saw
about
it.
that.
Thank God I missed
What
it.
is that?
Through a Scanner Darkly.
Never heard of it.
I had never heard of it either.
Looks like
Yeah,
something
Is that
in
where
weed
Sean
whack.
got his name for his show?
Some weed whack.
It might be.
Okay, next. The Abyss. Hey, The
Oh, The
Abyss
Abyss is a
ranked
cool
better
movie.
than 100.
That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
Got to see Mary Elizabeth Antonio's
Special
boobies.
effects were neat, but the story was so horrible I almost barfed.
I love Jay. He's so great.
So I think it deserves better than 100. Whatever it is.
No, it's just the last one was actually a better movie
Hey,
than
man,
the
come on, Buckaroo
What? No,
Banzai.
that should be like top.
Buckaroo
10,
Banzai
top
was
20
cool,
easy.
man. It
How
was
can
crazy.
you fucking hate on Buckaroo,
John
man?
Lithgow in that
Oh, boo.
He was a wacko in that movie. He was great. John Lithgow, oh my
Bullshit
God.
list.
I mean, the movie was stupid as all get out, but that's what it was supposed to be, man. When
It's supposed to be. It's pure
Rovers
camp.
Mill, it played
Look how
on.
many famous people with that movie. It's insane.
I know there's a lot of famous people, and then they
Yeah.
used what's his name's Grover's Mill. What is
Rovers
that?
Mill is the War of the Worlds radio broadcast.
Yeah, so and they ended up being real aliens.
With John Lithgow, man, that was like really out of his character type.
I didn't
role.
see it, but yeah, that
I
probably.
seen AI, and it deserves to be way down here at 99,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it's at.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh.
Come on, Akira Kurosawa. No, come on now.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Who was that?
That
Never
was
saw
pretty, that was a real. If you can get the English dubbed version,
If three of us never saw it, it sucks. Move along.
Looks like he's out of Yum Yum sauce. I think he's pissed.
yeah, what was that one?
Oh, that was not a movie, was
What?
it? That was just a commercial.
Oh, Alien? They're gonna put Alien down there?
Alien is 100. How
Oh,
many?
come
Oh
on.
my
This is the
God.
original
Yeah,
Alien, right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
boo.
man. Come on.
Boo. Boo.
105.
This is 9 out of 105. Come on. 1979. Rotten Tomatoes gives it 98%. Come on.
It's an amazing movie.
Ew.
Amazing. Alien. And
I
Alien.
remember when the alien popped out of stomach. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's what the actors were doing too, because they didn't know that part was coming.
And him turning out to be a robot was, just
A
kind of
robot, yeah, an artificial.
okay.
life
This I like this. I can understand why it's low rated, but I did like this.
I did like
It's
this.
spawned a TV show that was also pretty good.
Their testicle heads freaked me out. I didn't like it.
How can you not like it? I mean, the TV show Inigo Montoya was.
Because I don't like to stare look at my testicles all day long in a mirror, and if I want to see it, I can. It's on this guy's head, man. They should have made the aliens a little more better, cuter, something. I don't know. Give them some hair or something.
Anyway, I like the show, the movie and the series, but I do see why it's rated way back.
This was the end of James Caan's career. Like that was it.
Pretty much, yeah. What? What's that one?
That guy.
What is
it? Went the wrong way.
What is it?
Altered
States. Okay, Altered States was a fucking whacked movie.
Yeah.
Parts of it was pretty good. There was other parts that were like, boo.
You gotta take mescaline and watch it, like Poltergeist.
You probably
you gotta
do.
take mescaline and watch Poltergeist.
Oh, here we go. Is this the original
He takes all
Andromeda?
three. He takes mescaline, peyote, and then at the end, ayahuasca.
Okay, so this is the original Andromeda string. So I know there's a new version.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a horrible movie. Don't deserve to be like 90. I think maybe
Yeah, it
50.
wasn't that great though. It's
Yeah,
kind
it
of
wasn't
slow.
that great. It was definitely slow. This chick wants to get her head eaten off here.
That's a dead albino crocodile.
Now, this was weird because there's already a movie named Arrival to start off with.
With Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
I think this
which
is a
was
remake
better than this
or
one
a
was.
reboot of.
No, this was just something entirely different. I mean, because they made a part 2 of Arrival, the other Arrival.
Yeah.
And this just was just okay. This I'm not exactly sure what to make of this. It had the potential to be a good movie. It
didn't have good people in it. It had that
I have
guy
to
that
agree
ran
with
himself
that.
over with a snowplow.
Yeah,
that dude.
It had that School of Rock chick with the red hair that plays the new Lois Lane with blonde hair.
I don't know.
Yeah, there wasn't really any kind of like powerful characters and
No, yeah, I mean her like 3 biggest movies are like all Muppet.
We can do whatever the fuck we want. We can be movie critics when we want.
Yeah,
There'll be other times we do movies and stuff like that. Kiss my ass. How's
I
that?
like those shoes. What kind of shoes?
Okay, now how can you put Back to the Future at like 88? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It changed
Which
television,
one is it?
people.
One,
And they had
two,
a fucking
three.
DeLorean, no less.
Which one is it? 1, 2, or 3?
The first one.
Yeah, that's
The
wrong.
first one.
that was a good movie. The first one.
It was funny. I mean, I'm not going to say it was like earth-shattering great movie, but it was funny and it deserves to be better.
Fun, man. It was a fun movie.
So this makes it 90, right? Because it says 15.
Yeah.
It questions time travel and the implications of it. I think that's cool.
Oh, now I know what this is.
Blade Runner.
Oh, boo. Boo.
Down there, Blade
Who made
Runner.
this list?
Oh, fucking boo.
Have
they ever seen
burn
it?
their building down?
Come on, man. It's Blade Runner.
I'm saying boo
That's
on
got to
this.
be easily top 10.
I say, get you a little sip of bourbon.
Yeah, I don't know
Nice
what
little
where they
joint.
got their list.
Snuggle up to big screen TV and watch Blade Runner. Don't watch Blade Runner 2050 though; it's the worst thing I've ever seen. But, well, maybe not the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, Harrison Ford, man, he pulled it off. He was good.
This movie I liked for several reasons. I like the way they did the utopian. I don't know what to call it, utopian future, but the dystopian future.
He's a good actor. Look at the intensity in his face right there.
Where's man still fucking acting? Oh, now I remember this. I remember the Black Hole. Yeah, this was such a campy ass movie.
Yeah, that should at least be top 20.
The Black Hole.
Oh man, who was in this? I remember there was somebody in this.
Oh, a couple of famous people were in that. Maximilian Schell.
Ernest
Borgnine,
You know
yeah.
if Ernest Borgnine's in there. Anthony Perkins, he's in there.
Anthony Perkins is in there, yes.
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 38, by the way.
1979.
Yeah, it's pretty old. The little robot had spinning little blade things on it. It's like, woo, it was fucked up. Its special effects is what did it in.
Oh, what is
that?
What is this? The Boys from Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, what's sci-fi about? Oh, okay, I see.
I don't know about sci-fi, but I mean it was Nazis in Brazil.
Nazis and genetic engineering.
Yeah. Cloning.
Joseph Mengele.
They still
Well,
control
apparently
those
it sucked.
towns, man.
What is this?
Oh God.
Just Brazil.
It's
That's a
Brazil.
whack. That should be down a little lower, actually.
Yeah, right.
That movie was weird as
They
hell.
put this better than Blade Runner. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Children of Men. Never heard
Yeah,
of
that
it.
should be down a little further, I think.
Yeah, this one sucked. I don't think I've seen
Never
the
heard of it.
Chronicle.
Should be
Never
down
heard of it.
further. Oh wow,
Cocoon.
Cocoon should be up high.
Cocoon was
I actually forgot about Cocoon. It was funny.
Cocoon too. Top 20.
It was funny. I don't know about top
They were
20, but it
good
was funny.
movies, you know.
A lot of famous people, man.
I
But
wouldn't
it
call
was
them funny.
It was
but
an
they were
interesting
fun.
concept.
They were good.
Oh
Clockwork
man,
Orange?
Clockwork
No
Orange.
way. That's top
Clockwork Orange was just.
top 10 easy.
It's not sci-fi at all, but it's
Yes,
a
it
sick
is
ass
sci-fi.
It
movie.
is sci-fi, but it's fucking. What's
Sick.
that?
It's
Jamie
actually
Lee?
a sick
No, it's
freaking movie.
Jamie Lee Jamie Lee Curtis. You confessed. Well, I remember when I was in 80s. I think she was. I was like, oh, the Clockwork Orange. I went and seen it. I was like, okay. It was like the first time I seen Space Odyssey 2001. I was like,
They cast the right guy. Malcolm McDowell is the guy.
Oh yeah, they definitely casted the right guy for this movie.
So-
There ain't even no doubt about that.
Well, it's a sick movie.
Look at his eye; he was crazy looking at it. Close
the book
Encounters.
even
of
Close
Terror.
Encounters.
Okay, now how can it be
Top 20.
this?
Maybe even top
This
10.
is
I'd say.
80. This is 80 or 81. No, this is definitely top 20.
Yeah, at least that.
And this was a technology movie, man. You know, I mean, at
Crimes
that
of the
time,
Future. I do remember this. I wasn't a big fan of this, but I do remember this.
Never heard of it.
It's,
Bring it down
yeah,
further.
they were, it's
Down
like it was like future.
It's not better than Blade Runner. Oh my god.
Contact. How can Contact be this far back? I mean, this was actually a serious movie.
It wasn't as good as the book, I hear.
I don't like
Yeah,
Jodie
well,
Foster.
no, I don't think it wasn't either. Jodie, you know, Jodie plays a pretty good woman for being a lesbian.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she's. I got to give her credit too, because as a lesbian, she made sure her two boys had access to their father, which was cool because she wanted two kids. And she
I'm
wanted
just
to raise
saying,
them.
as her as an actor, I'm not really into it.
It depends what she did. She didn't do this bad. She overacted it here though a few times. There's a few
a
times.
lot, actually.
Okay, I might have to agree with Jay, but she
I put her in the
did.
same category as Scott Baio. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
people-
man,
people
that's
don't
wrong.
understand
Man. No,
this.
man.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's
yeah,
not
that's-
Teo. No, come on. Okay, what is this? Dark City. I remember this. I did not like this. Some people
Never
really
heard of
liked
Dark
this
City.
movie. I did
Kinda
not like
catching on the
this.
Cenobites, which is probably next.
Very Lower East Side.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Day
yours
the
is-
Earth did.
what?
This,
So that's
this
a
was
classic
serious-
right there, man.
Yeah,
Classic,
this was,
top 20.
this was a serious movie for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was much
It
for me, but
inspires a lot of science fiction writers.
It's definitely in
you
the
know,
top 30 for sure.
So I mean, you got to put it up there.
Yeah, it's not here. It did.
Dead
That's,
Zone.
that's pretty good too.
I gotta say, I love Christopher Walken, man.
Yeah,
He's like the
Oh,
best.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's more
Sinister
a horror
type of
story than
dude.
science fiction.
Oh wait, this
Death
looks
Race.
familiar. Why does this
Death
look
Race
familiar?
2000.
Yeah, that's a cool movie. Great car chase.
And top 30 though. It's camp.
Classic movie. What the hell
Oh,
is that?
District 9. I recognized it.
Yeah.
Top
I don't
30.
like it.
District 9 was like, ooh.
What the hell is that?
I've never
Oh,
seen Donnie Darko. Is it any good, man?
I haven't
No.
seen it either. Sean, you
seen
seen
it,
this,
no,
man?
probably not.
No, I have not.
Sean's like, oh, I recognize some of these ones
People
coming up there.
reference it a lot, but I've never seen it. I gotta watch it.
Dread. There we go. There we go.
That was a
George
good one.
Dredd.
That was a good one.
Judge
Top
Dredd.
30.
So, Dredd was funny. I mean, I don't know if it's a top 20, but
Sylvester
Top
Stallone,
30.
I don't even like that dude.
maybe we should have like a 30 to 40 comedy thing, a 30 to 50 comedy.
He's a little
Yeah.
guy. He's like tiny.
This one might fall in at like
You know, it was
31.
tiny. It was Arnold. I remember when I seen his hand print at Hard Rock Cafe in Mars. I was like, God, he's kidding me.
He's an enormous dude. He's short as hell, but he's a huge, wide dude.
But his hands are tiny.
See, but this is
Oh,
the
now
new
this is
Dune,
Dune.
right?
But this is the
This
new
is
Dune.
the
Yes,
old Dune.
this is the new Dune.
Yeah, the old
And
dude kicked ass.
Now I got to be real careful here because I actually know the writers of
The
this.
worm is the spice. The
So,
spice is the worm.
I know,
Yeah,
I
the
know
worm
both
is
the
the
writers of
spice.
this. One of these is the original writer's son, and one of them is one of the
Brian
judges.
Herbert and Kevin James.
You know what a
Yeah.
sick dude Sting
that
was in that
definitely
movie? Like,
was in the
Sting,
top 10, top
Sting
5.
like pulled Dune together. Like, he was such a psycho. He was
No,
perfect. man.
so the story in this Dune is a little different from the book. The timeline they
It
missed. They
is.
went they flipped the timelines a little bit on some things. That's okay, no big deal. But that's the only movie of any of the Dunes that came out that nailed the ornithopters. They're also all of their flying equipment is supposed to have flapping wings, and this is the only movie that got it right. All the other movies fell way short, especially the what you call the first one.
But back in the early 90s, I'll tell you a cool story. I was at Jones Beach Amphitheater for Lollapalooza, right? And I was writing it out for good times. And who's backstage is freaking Sting. And he wasn't even performing. We ended up talking politics for a couple of hours. And then I'm talking about Dune. And I said, dude, you were amazing. I said, I'm not like trying to be an ass-kissing fan, but you were just amazing that movie. You hit the mark. And he said they offered it to Mick Jagger, a couple of other people too. And I was like, wow, Mick Jagger. You know what I mean? Like think about that movie with those characters in it, man. But Sting, I don't know if you could find better. And he's such a nice guy. He talked to a lunatic like me for a couple of hours, man. You know what I mean? He thought it was security. Everybody always thinks I'm security.
Yeah, as long as you're wearing black, you think you know. I have to tell you, I'm going to say it on air, but I have to tell you after the show. There's a good way to easily move along amongst the camera people and security people without people really questioning you. But I don't want to say it on air. I won't give any lunatics any ideas. As far as this Dune goes, it was okay. I mean, Kevin J. Anderson's a friend, and the other guy I haven't actually met, but they're both judges for Writers of the Future. And I was okay with part one of this. I was not as okay with part two of it. I thought maybe I know why they did what they did because they got a series.
Kind of have to. There's so much story in the book. I mean, David Lynch's the first version. The first version he cut together was 12 hours and 6 minutes long, and he's like, "There's no way I can put this in the theater." So he cut it in half to like 6 hours and 2 minutes, and showed it to an audience, and everyone was like falling asleep like a third of the way through. So he finally cut it down to 3 and then 2 hours and 17 minutes. You can't do this book or the series even without like, you know, a long-term committed, all the actors committed for like 10, 20 years to do 20, 30 seasons of the books. It would take that much. There's so much information in those books.
Well, now they got their series, so we'll see where it's going to go.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, so I'll catch up on it.
Bad. It's not bad.
Enemy Mine was the kind of movie you watch it once and it's all right, but that's
it's
I agree with that.
It's a classic story done with an alien background. You know, it's like, you know, I think it's a story based on like a Greek and Roman soldier, or you know, Spartan, and you know, way back when there was two enemies came together. They did it in Star Trek, Romulan and Federation. It's an old story, just rehashed through.
But I agree. You know, first time, you know, you really need to watch it more than that. It's I mean, you can. It's not horrible. Oh, here we go, guys. Y'all know.
Come on, Escape from New York. That's
that's top 10.
Escape from New York.
Oh, we're top 20. Top 20.
So that made 70.
Kurt Russell. Oh my God. Even his ex-wife was in that movie. The blonde in the restaurant part.
What?
Like
I have never even heard of this. I'm sorry. This is
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Sean snuck this movie in here.
You know.
This is better than.
Oh, this is E.T.
Yeah.
You know, in all fairness, this movie was stupid to me.
The Extraterrestrial.
I'm also a grown-ass adult. The kids love this movie.
I've never seen it.
It's a kids movie.
Yeah, it's a kids movie. So in the kids movie, it'd probably be in the top 10.
I know.
Adult movie top 50.
Oh no! No, Event Horizon will give you nightmares. Event Horizon will give you nightmares. It didn't give me nightmares because I'm nuts, but
it was an attempt at a series like aliens, you know, capture. Nice try, but meh.
It's not aliens. It's not aliens.
No,
they were breaking through a barrier, and it was they believed it was hell, and all these terrible demons and whatever were coming through. Oh, it was a very interesting.
I mean, they're inspired by aliens without question.
Lawrence Fishburne was in that movie.
It's a very lame attempt.
A lot of great people in that movie.
Never heard of it. Probably sucks.
Yeah,
everything, everywhere.
This beat Escape from New York.
Yeah, what is it? I mean, I never heard of it.
I don't even know the actors either.
I know her.
2020.
Oh, Hui Kwan. He played a short round in the Indiana Jones movie, and then the other kid in the Ghostbusters for kids.
And Rotten Tomatoes gave it 95%.
Well, I think they have to, right?
What is this? What is this? One of those doll eyes somebody stuck on a.
Yeah, it's a Mr. Potato Eye.
All right, move it along. That's
Googly
just
eye.
irritating.
What?
Never heard
I'm
of
not
it.
even sure.
Yeah, that's woke.
I'm
Woke,
scared to even
Ernie.
know what that is.
It's woke. Don't know it.
Faculty.
That's
Never heard of
Daniel.
that.
That's Harry Potter. There. No,
I
no,
remember.
that's
I
Hobbit.
remember this movie, but I don't like. I don't remember enough to talk about it. So that means I didn't like it. The Fly.
What?
I remember this.
Top
Well,
20.
it's pretty
Good
gross.
movie.
Top 30.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, The Fly made it.
Fly
But
2
it's
is
at
better.
43, so it's you know it's doing better. Yeah.
Jeff
Fly 2 is
Goldblum pulled it together, man. He's a great actor.
Oh,
Oh,
no
it's one of
way.
my
That's
favorite
10.
movies, man. Get the fuck
10.
out of here.
Top 10.
So this guy who turned out to be a comedian
Gary
much
Nelson.
later on, Larry Nielsen, and this guy was already famous back in the day.
Yep.
It's just because he's funny as fuck in a lot of movies he's in, but here he's serious. Here he's a
Leslie
leading
Nielsen.
man.
Yeah, he's a serious actor.
He's like, I am the shit.
He
Yeah,
was
I am the
considered one of the
original Captain
leading men at the
Kirk.
time, like in the Cary Grant category.
Yes, he was the original Captain Kirk. Lands on a planet, finds a woman.
Yep.
Did he boink his way through the universe like Captain?
Pretty much, man. That's what he was doing.
One time, anyway.
Well, yeah, because that's how you get to see him is the one time. The reason I found out about this movie. I was 14, 13. That's 15. I was staying with one of my aunts, and she was at her boyfriend's house. He comes in. He says, "I hear you like sci-fi." I said, "I got some sci-fi." He says, "Let me put this. This is first color sci-fi ever." I'm thinking, I'm not gonna like this. This is gonna be some stupid shit that. Yeah, it was rides and screens and strings you can see and shit. And then I watched it. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, actually.
Mhm.
I was quite impressed at how well the sci-fi the effects held up to modern sci-fi.
Well,
It's fun to watch.
they did the same thing with Forbidden Planet as they did with Wizard of the Oz. Almost all of the special effects are practical, real effects captured in the actual camera on the live film using old school theater techniques. So it just makes it if you capture it on the film, you don't have to add it later. It gives a little bit more realism. You know?
So that robot didn't have feet though, right? It rolled around.
It had two. No, it walks. Robot B9 on Lost in Space has 2 tank treads that it goes on.
Oh, okay. Okay. I always get them too confused for some reason.
This one is called Robbie the Robot, and he walks on 2 legs, and he's piloted by a midget that sits in the thorax, like in the chest area.
They treated those midgets like crap too, man.
Yes, they did.
Frankenstein. That's the original.
With the Wizard of Oz, when they invite all those midgets to Hollywood, they all ended up like drinking heavy and
Who played this guy?
Going crazy. It's a pretty funny story. Frankenstein.
1931. Damn, Rotten Tomatoes gives it 100%.
Good boy.
Yet it's 45.
Oh yeah.
45 here. Yeah, but Mike, in the defense of little people, we'll just call them. If you've never met one, they are sometimes chronically mean.
Jay, you're a little people of Mike. He's 6'6", man.
Yeah,
hey, man. We used to go midget tossing back in the day in Mineola, and there was a bowling alley.
There's a great competition.
They had midget
with
bowling
Mr.
and
T.
midget tossing. You know, they outlawed that, and they put those midgets out of business. They used to make a ton of money, those guys, man.
Well, yeah, there was a competition they held in California, like every year. It was a bartenders or bouncers competition, and Mr. T was a frequent participant. And one of the things you did was you picked up a midget who they strapped they had handles on his back, so you didn't have to actually grab his like bones, but you grabbed these handles, and then they threw him onto a mat with a line marked how far you could throw him.
I've never actually gone midget tossing.
That's a legit thing.
But
you can find this video.
I was there, and it was a spectacle.
There's actual videotape of Mr. T taking a little person and throwing him about 4 feet down these mats for this.
Yeah, I had to leave.
He abused. No wonder these things aren't around anymore.
But they put them out of business.
Yeah.
So what is this? Galaxy Express 999? I've never
That's
heard
probably
of
one of those Akira Kurosawa kind of things.
hey, I know this. This Galaxy Express. This is funny as shit.
That's top cool movie.
This movie's funny as hell.
That is one of the best. And they're making.
You know why? They put it that low because they don't like Tim Allen anymore. Tim Allen's still in a doghouse.
He's conservative, man. They're trying to drive him out of Hollywood.
Oh, they brought him back as the astronaut guy because Disney brought him back to that and somewhere else because they were like, Oh no,
Buzz
the other guy didn't
Lightyear.
do as well. Yeah, Buzz Lightyear. The other guy didn't do as good, so they brought him back for that. But they brought him back for something else besides that.
Porno.
Uh,
But who watches
yeah.
it? Nobody.
Ghost in the Shell. I remember this, but
That was
I
actually pretty
saw it.
good. If you can get the English version, you don't have to read the Japanese version. It's much better.
subtitles. Oh,
Godzilla.
Godzilla! Yes,
Godzilla!
Godzilla!
Come on,
Please
man, not
stop you
Godzilla.
to pieces and
top
kill your
10.
ass.
That's
He
top 10 right
kills.
there.
He kills. Godzilla kills.
We used to do the matinee, man, Godzilla Saturdays. My friends and I would go there, be there all day for all the Godzilla movies. It was
All right,
Heavy
so
metal.
cool.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
now I shouldn't confess to this, but I remember. No, I can't tell y'all.
No,
But y'all, I can tell. The audience, I better not
Is
tell.
that
But
we know,
Christina
Joe.
Applegate?
These are the first real
Joe,
boobs
no,
you saw when you watched
let's
this movie.
just say I seen extra colors when I was watching it. And
Oh, you're having a stroke. Those Japanese flicks will do that to you, man. Give you a stroke.
that's what I'm thinking too. it was extra
And the
colors.
sad thing is that there are some kids from the 70s and 80s who literally the first boobs they ever saw were these animated boobs.
Oh
It's
my
sad.
God, my
Really
virgin
sad.
years.
Poor kids.
There were a lot of bounties. There were a lot of bounties.
There was a lot of gratuitous nudity.
This one and what was the other one? 2010 or what was the other one? It was two of these movies.
They're milk dispensers, for God's sakes. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
What? Oh,
What
yeah,
is this?
What is that? Inception?
Inception. Yeah.
Nice suit though, man. But other than that,
It's a rehash of an old story. Don't know it.
Interstellar.
No.
Interstellar, man.
now here, this is the
That
one.
right there,
Interstellar.
Interstellar. That was the most boring, longest movie I've ever freaking. And I paid $22 for it, Tim, with the DVD. And I'm like, oh my God, when is it gonna be over?
So wait, Interstellar, you beat out all kind of people you shouldn't have beat out. So
I had to fast forward through that, start skipping ahead. I'm like, Jesus, man. I was waiting for something to
What?
happen.
Invasion
Top
of the
30
Body
at least.
Snatchers. It's getting up there. We're in the top 50 now. So
Keeper's
top
Dad.
51.
What? That's a
Jurassic
good
Park.
movie.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, maybe in the same. Yeah, I'd say
55.
30.
So it's
Guys, I got to go to work tomorrow. So
get some sleep, man.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
this shouldn't be in there, man. What the fuck bullshit is this? Sean did this. He put this shit in there.
They're going after our 80s, man. They're
Yeah.
going after the 80s. They know they're a happy time. They want to put it to bed.
So
Hey, good night, everybody.
good night,
night, John.
baby. I need like a
Night, Sean.
support.
Have a good night.
Night.
Be good, man.
Will
Thanks
do.
for hanging out with us crazies.
Absolutely.
That's just we got on this weirdness now. So hey, I got to say that this should be rated higher, even though it's stupid as all hell. It still should be.
It was
rated
stupid,
high.
but it was a fun movie.
You know, it's
Fun
what's her-
concept. They would seek out the dude who was good at the video game to be.
Yeah,
last
I mean,
spotlight.
And the best part about this movie is our government does that now.
yeah, they do. What? Logan's
This
Run?
looks
Logan's Run.
I gotta
That's the
say, this is the
horniest movie you'll
first
ever
place. I know this is the first place I ever got to see titties.
It was a movie I watched with one hand.
I think I was 13 or something at the time.
Here's one, yeah.
Come on, man. Some beautiful women in that movie.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of beautiful women in there.
naked,
Farrah
running around
Fawcett.
naked. Farrah
Farrah
Fawcett.
Fawcett's right there.
Farrah Fawcett, right there.
Jenny Augner right in the middle there.
Yeah, there were some hotties in this. There's
Plus, it
no
was
doubt
just a
about
cool
that.
ass movie. I'm in that movie. I'm the old guy at the end with all the cats. the last living human on the outside with 50,000 cats.
Jesus.
No, that's Peter
Wait,
Ustinov.
what was that,
not
Dean?
Michael Ainsley.
No, here's a list of actors. Right there. No, it was a fun movie to watch. It was different. It was about a utopian future. It only got a 63 on Rotten Tomatoes, but the sci-fi holds up pretty decent for today's.
It's actually
standard.
real. I think it's a cool movie.
It's fun to watch. You'll enjoy it. It mostly makes sense. Just a couple of weird things.
Computers
in there.
control people. Yeah, man, and how they shape society. They listen to the computers.
I've never seen this one, so I couldn't tell you.
What is it?
Looper.
Looper.
I don't know what Looper is.
Dude, you just hocked a looper, man.
Yeah, that's about how I was thinking about it. Mad Max Fury
Mad Max.
Road.
Mad
I have
Max
not
Road.
actually seen this one yet.
Fury Road. Never
This
heard
is the last one, right?
It's no, it's not the last one. It's the one before the last one. But
Oh, well, then I've seen that. Then I've seen that. I've seen.
Yeah.
This is the one where they got the waterfall and all. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
One. Yeah. So
Well,
Mad Max is Mad
Tina
Max.
Turner in it, man. That was like it.
Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So guys, just want to tell you all about Mad Max. Mad Max is just Mad Max. When you got nothing to do one night, you're sitting around, you had a little buzz or something, turn Mad Max on. It's fun to watch. It's. Don't try to make it into anything else than it's Mad Max. I'm just telling you. It's like watching Star Trek.
This is terrible. Knowing that Mel Gibson is such a Jew hater is a real turn off to even watching him or anything he's about. You know, it affects me politically when I hear these things. And he's just, he got caught in a lot of rants about people. He's not even from Australia. He's from Poughkeepsie. Like he was born there and was 8 years old when they went to Australia. His father was an old nut. Used to write all kinds of crazy letters to the Pope.
I don't even remember this. The Man Who Fell from Earth.
It's David Bowie's movie.
Yeah, no, just for some reason I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I know I've seen it.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
well, it's not a bad position. It's 40. Yeah, The Martian.
The Martian.
I thought this would have been a little high, but 40. It's in the.
What's that? You know what? Barbarella, man. That's mine.
Oh, that might be Barbarella, by the way.
The first 2 minutes of the movie is the first 2 minutes is awesome. The rest of it.
But will it be the Barbarella we all know? Or will it be some woke version of Barbarella?
But the first 2 minutes.
The original Matrix. Here we go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
40.
I've never really watched one of them all the way.
I really didn't need more than one of them. I'm not going to lie to you.
The first one was good. The second one was good. The third one was kind of stupid.
The second and third ones actually kind of suck because they didn't use the same kind of technology of the camera arrays as they used in the first one. So the special effects and the colors didn't match up because they used a completely different camera system. So they ruined the continuity of the.
So I liked one.
Suck.
I liked one.
Yeah,
half of 2. None of 3. And some of 4.
There's a fourth one. Yeah, the fourth one's I fell
Yeah,
asleep.
yeah. The fourth one's with Thor. With Thor and his queen, the Queen of Asgard. She's in it. Yes, it's Thor, and that's the 2. That's who's taking over.
Smith is all right. I know he's a henpecked freak and a cuck and what else?
Metropolis. There you go.
A hap slappy guy. He slapped Chris Rock, but Chris Rock probably deserves.
This is a silent film. Ew, Butterfly Effect. No. Oh, Minority Report. Either way.
Minority Report.
Drop
Kind
it down. Tom Cruise. Barf. Ooh. Oh my God, is that the one? That's Sam Rockwell. There's another one called Moon 44 with George Takei. It sucks.
This one don't look like it can be much better.
Benedict Wong.
Oh, what we got here?
No, that's an ox. That's a really good movie, actually.
Well, it's up there. It made it into
it's a Kurosawa. Go down and see the director. Is that Kurosawa? I'm sure it is.
It's 33, 38.
Oh, Miyazaki. Sorry, Miyazaki. Hayao Miyazaki. Yep.
It got 89 in Rotten Tomatoes. Not too
Pretty
bad.
Good movie.
What do we got here? Oblivion. I remember this, but I remember this more from the game than I do from the movie, so that can't be a good thing. And Rotten Tomatoes only gave 53, so I'm kind of probably leaning that way myself.
Movies anymore with Tom Cruise and a new hot chick. It's only just the new girl he's banging at the time.
And these RIM movies, the Pacific, the East. What is there? 3 of these movies with the big back mission.
Okay.
There's something to watch. I wouldn't. It's like eating a chimichanga.
It's the American version of Robotech.
Yeah, it kind of is really.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
I don't know what this one is. Y'all know this
one? I have no idea. It's a spice I use in cooking, so pass.
Okay, what we got here?
Oh God, I don't know it.
Pie.
Oh,
hey, we know this one, Pitch Black. I remember when I seen this the first time.
Riddick or the same thing?
It's Pitch Black. Riddick was the third one when he became.
The third one.
Is it? It is the third. Where's it? The second one. It's the third one, right?
There's 3. The second one kind of sucks. There's actually 4. There's a cartoon also.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
The first one was okay. I mean, for what it was, is for what it was.
Sucks. The third one is actually good. The cartoon.
Yeah, the third one's actually the best one out of the bunch.
The cartoon falls between the second and the third one, but it's not. It doesn't suck either.
What do you mean? Would I recommend to watch? Yeah, I'd tell you to watch it. Pitch Black's fun to watch. It's not. It's not all about acting. How's that?
Weird Eyes.
Look, it made it. It is. It's up there in the list. We all
Planet of
know
the
what
Apes.
this is.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. So it made, what's it on the list? 73. So what is that? 27, 32. It made it in the top 30. Well, I can live with that. Well, people, Planet of the Apes to me isn't
No,
the
if it's at
greatest
32,
movie.
it made the top 40, Joe.
Yeah,
If
okay.
we're at 30 or 29, it made the top 30.
So I would tell you can watch it. It's not. Well, the new ones are much more technical than the old ones.
Yeah.
The old ones are better though in the fact because the actors are just better. That's all I can tell you.
The new ones are closer to the book in that Pierre Boulez, when he wrote the books, he literally specified that it is another planet of apes. It's not Earth in the future taken over by the apes of planet Earth, which is what the Charlton Heston series were.
Yeah. Yeah, the three they did were, or four they did. How many of the hell there were?
There's 5 or 6 of the original series.
Okay,
And then there's a TV show, Planet of the Apes, which lasted about 2 or 3 seasons as well. All of which I have on DVD. So, knock on wood, I have the evidence if anyone needs to see it.
I've never seen this one. I don't
Is
think.
it Tom Cruise again?
No, this is. I don't know who the hell this is.
Looks like Tom Cruise, but it's not.
What is it?
Brandon Cronenberg. Oh, that's David Cronenberg's kid. It probably sucks.
Possessor.
Most of David Cronenberg's movies aren't all that great.
Is that Arnold?
Oh, Predator! Holy cow, that's a good one. That should be at least top 20, maybe top 10.
Yeah,
Even.
75. That's 25. That's 30. There you go. It's the top 30.
I'd put it a little higher, but still,
Arnold.
It's a decent showing.
I will fuck you up.
Phase plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Okay, I've never heard of this one, so maybe y'all have.
What?
Is that an English cooking show?
Primer? No, don't know it.
Primer. Welcome to Primer.
Oh, it's a real steal. It's a kids movie. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots in a movie.
No, so that means right off the bat it should be lower. It should be in the 40s.
Yeah.
RoboCop. I forgot about RoboCop. RoboCop.
It's a good level to be at.
Yeah,
It wasn't my kind of movie.
I
think it could have been in the 40s, but
I like Peter Weller. I just didn't like the movie.
Running Man.
Running Man scored kind of high here, even though Running Man. So the first time I seen Running Man was at we used to run this rose company that we delivered roses to all these different stores around there. It was a company. I was district manager. My wife was working there. She went down to the local radio station because they were in town. Stevie Nicks and a whole bunch of Arnold, all them were in town. And she brought like 4 dozen roses to the radio station to give to Stevie. Well, Stevie wasn't there, but McFleetwood was there, and what's his name? So she gave them to him. So they gave us front row tickets to the premiere with Stevie and a whole bunch of them.
I have a Running Man story too, man. I was dating this dancer named Mary Ann, and then we went to the Westbury Drive-In, which was featuring the Running Man. We made out the entire time. I didn't even see the movie, man. So
It's not like you missed a lot. I mean, the movie's all right. I mean,
come on, driving, dude. You're in your car, man, steaming up the windows and chilling out.
I remember when we said we were sitting there watching. I said, "Well, I thought they said McFleetwood was in this movie because I hadn't seen him in like the first, 40 minutes." There he is.
It was an all right movie. It was cool.
It was fun to watch. It was. I don't know if I ranked it this high, but still, what we got here.
Arnold.
Scanners. I'd see. I don't know.
That's more of a horror movie, though, so I would rank it lower, top 50.
Yeah,
Never
top
even heard
50.
of it.
It's
Screamer, same thing, top 50, more of a horror.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
These were too high. Yeah, because you're not missing anything.
What is this? Oh, Silent Running. That was more of a brainy movie. I would move it down like top 60. Even though that's very stern.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it should be here either. It's just not.
Great model work, but terrible movie.
Snowpiercer.
That's a TV show, isn't it?
No, but I've never heard of it.
It's a TV show about a train that the world is frozen over, and only the world's existing people are on this one train that can't stop or it'll freeze.
Ugh, hate being cold.
I remember this movie. I don't remember being all that great.
Stupid. Kids on roller skates, isn't it?
16. So this would
All
be in
these
the
crap
top
movies
20.
I've never heard of. They're ranked higher than all these awesome
Yeah,
movies.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I haven't seen
baseball.
Baseball. That's definitely ranked in the right place.
You know what I haven't seen is Flash Gordon. It's
Oh, I bet you that's coming. Which one are you talking about? The original with Buster Crabbe or the new one with Sam? What's his face?
I like the one where what's her face is showing her coochie.
Bob.
It's not the Buster Crabbe version for sure.
No, that's the '80s version, I think it was.
The one with Sam. What's his face?
It's Spaceballs.
Oh shit! Stop this thing now!
I don't know if Spaceballs would be ranked that high.
What is that?
This
Stalker.
Stalker.
Probably
I don't
a
even think this should
horror
be in
ranking
there. And this was made in '79. Where's Rotten Tomatoes? Oh, Jesus.
lower. 0? Yeah, rank it lower.
Oh,
Starman.
Starman. You know, I forgot all about this.
Yeah, it's more of a
Okay,
drama though.
I could see it being ranked in the top 20 though.
It was boring though. You got to.
It was kind of boring. Yeah, it
more of a
was.
drama
It was.
than
It was slow. I mean, it was a good. The premise of the movie was good, but frankly, I think the one with the kid with it
Oh,
was
Starship
better.
Troopers. Yeah, that was campy though.
Yeah, it's a little
kinda
stupid
vulgar,
for this
I
high
like
up there. Oh wait, what is this?
Especially
This
like
is
the 1950s style commercials every like 25
the
seconds.
original Star Trek.
Yeah, that's ranked that lower. That movie stinks to high heavens.
You know what's funny about that movie? Everyone
Nothing.
thought it was going to be amazing because of all the
Terrible.
special effects.
They took a 1.5.
Close Encounters of Star Wars had already been out, and they thought that was going to be amazing, and then it was very, very plain and boring.
Well, what they did was they took the 1.5 hour script they had for the premiere of the TV show of Phase 2 Star Trek, and they turned it into that movie, and it was a giant piece of shit.
I couldn't stop laughing at Captain Kirk's hair. That was
I know, huh? With his little curly waves. The movie could have been
George
so
Harrison,
much
man.
better. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was fun to see new Star Trek.
And you can't come up with a better hairpiece than that.
Well, I mean, it was fun to see a new Star Trek, but the movie sucked. And here's
It wasn't a hairpiece, Michael. It's a hair system, but it was living sponges from the ocean. They just migrated onto his forehead.
Yes, sir. And now here's Star Wars, A New Hope.
Was the movie, man. I mean, that just blew everything away. The Star Wars, technically number 4, but wow, that was a great movie. A great movie. Everybody great. They offered Mick Jagger the role too, Han Solo, and he turned it down.
Strange Days and it beat out Star Trek and Star
Star
Wars.
Wars. Never even heard of it. What's this?
Sunshine.
Never heard of it. How does that beat Star Wars?
Yeah, really. How does this beat Star
Who wrote this goddamn piece of shit? Pardon my
Oh,
French.
the Terminator. I could see the Terminator beating Star Wars.
Pretty high up, yeah.
I could see the Terminator beating Star
Pretty
Wars.
high up there.
I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh yeah, there ain't no lines in the New Hope like I'll be back.
With laser swords, these
Vader would
robots
cut
that
his
look
head
like
right
humans
off with
with
that
big laser
lightsaber, so
guns. Yeah.
They live. I don't even know what the hell. Oh, John, I know what this is. I haven't seen
Roddy
this.
Piper,
But
man.
oh no, I have seen this stupid shit.
Everybody refers to this movie.
This movie is goofy as all hell. The one where you got to wear the glasses to see the aliens.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you'll remember this phrase. They walk into the bank and Roddy Piper says, "We're here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and we're both out of bubble gum."
Okay, what is this? The Thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, the Thing should be like 50 or something. Give me a break.
No, it's good, but it is more horror. So yeah, you could rank it down. But still, they mentioned it. Excellent one for you.
Oh, now give me a break. This
How does
thing
it beat
should
Star Wars. That movie stinks.
it should be in the top 20. This movie sucked. I
No,
don't care.
top 60. Both.
This is one of this one of these political things that just
Both versions suck. Trust me.
And I did like Total Recall. I did enjoy Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yes,
You
I'm
like
going
seeing
to put my foot in your asshole, man. Yes.
Sharon Stone.
So I can deal with this one. What is that? 97. So this is 8th. So I can deal with 8.
Hey, and guess what? The guy voicing the taxi driver is Robert Picardo, who plays the holographic doctor in Voyager.
Oh, does he? That's cool.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, Transformers. See, I like anything Transformers. So
Yep.
I don't necessarily think a cartoon should be ranked as high, but still,
No way.
I like anything Transformers.
Star Wars? Come on.
I like anything Transformers. Oh, now Tron, man, come on now.
One of my
Tron
favorites.
sucked, but I liked it.
I did a whole English thesis paper on this movie, science fiction special effects, just for a high school English.
Tron.
I used to play that video game at the bowling alley, man.
What's that, Jimmy? No, the Neutron kind of sucks, but I like the old.
When Atari came out, they had that game.
Yeah, which actually sucked versus. Oh God.
Vanilla Sky. I never seen this. How can this be? This is fifth. No way, man. This is sixth.
Who's in this?
Tom Cruise. Oh, Penelope Cruz. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, who was screwing her a few weeks ago. It passed.
Okay, and I never heard of this movie. That's not.
Yeah, because it sucked.
Okay, here we go.
What the hell is that? Oh, Videodrome.
Videodrome.
Wow.
This was a freaked out weird movie. Yeah.
More of a horror.
This was he sticks his hand in it. No, this was just.
The one the videotape like goes like all like acidy.
V for Vendetta. Speaking of that, so I haven't seen Battlestar Galactica. I haven't seen V, the series, or the movie, or the. I don't know, man.
There's a load of stuff that's not on it. A load.
Well, we only got a few more to go.
Wally E. Oh,
no Living Dead movies, nothing like that.
It was okay. It's a kids movie though. It's a cartoon. Bleh.
War of the Worlds. This one.
That was a piece of shit. Pardon my French.
Okay, if we're gonna do War of Worlds, let's do the original because that's the one everybody liked. There isn't better. There's another version out there.
Every one of them, they all sucked.
But the original. Oh, and Westworld.
Oh yeah, Westworld, the original.
I don't know if I gave it number one, but it's still. What's that, guy? Hey, look, we didn't make this list, and
there's some things on there that should have been on there.
Agree with this list.
I'm just commenting on it.
So I like this one too. Fossil record reveals 517 million year old predator prey arms race. So they had a bunch of predators back there, half a billion years ago. Yeah, a bunch of predators.
Changing their biological weapons like claws and.
Yes, and then they got wiped out from something.
Yeah, maybe a big meteorite or a flood.
What if humans nuked Mars? What do y'all think? Should we nuke Mars?
Well, according to John Brandenburg, a physicist who worked with NASA and the Department of Justice and Department of the DOD and what all, he claims that they detected 2 spikes in what can only be used or determined as man-made nuclear explosions. So, and that's in Mars' atmosphere. So somebody already did, it seems.
Well, they're asking. I think they're wanting us to nuke Mars to change its atmosphere and help it to grow and stuff.
Yeah, but then how long is it? It's 80,000 years before we can move in?
No. So they're talking about low yield nukes.
Still, you're talking thousands of years before we can even move in.
Well, that's not going to do us any good if it's 1,000 years from now. We need it. We need to be able to use it.
Well, how does that help? How does that help us? It does not.
Well, it doesn't help us. You know, we got the clip. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see how long this clip is. Nah, looks like we'll have to do it another night. It looks like one of the things will put me night. Even though it's only 4 minutes, it still looks like it put me night. So let's see. What is this one? Oh, wait. Here we go. All the James Bond movies ranked.
Oh wow!
All right, what do you think is that number one? Hold on, let me switch it over.
The number one, number one's probably going to be Thunderball, or maybe one of the Pierce Brosnan entries.
It's hard, man, because
I think Thunderball is one of the top 2 or 3 or 5, at least top 5.
This last James Bond, this guy right there, I think that
Daniel Craig,
he was amazing. I think he's amazing.
He's a great actor, really, but the movies were extremely graphic.
You know what? He's a great actor.
The kind of James Bond movie I'm used to seeing.
But he's encompasses.
He's overplaying the part.
He encompasses that British agent, the person who's unassuming in the crowd.
He's not British. He's Scottish.
But the problem with him is he's just a little bit too serious for James.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I think he's great. Roger Moore was good too. He's more of a goofball. Yeah. You know.
All right, so let's see what we got. So we got one here. Let's see. We're going to start
Pierce
off.
Brosnan was ridiculous. He's too effeminate.
So what is this? This is number 27, Casino Royale. That's the first one, right?
That's 67. That's with Peter Sellers, who plays several roles. Ursula Andress, David Niven, Orson Welles.
I like Roger Moore, and I like this dude, Daniel Craig. They're both cool.
Okay, here's Roger Moore, A View to a Kill.
Yeah, that sucks. That's the one with what's her name, isn't it? Yeah, Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, and you got
Man with the golden
this
gun.
is The Man with a
like
Golden
that.
Gun. I thought that was pretty good.
Pretty good one.
Yeah, I thought it should be ranked a little higher, 25th. Octopussy, yeah.
Octopussy.
See, it could have been ranked higher than that one.
She's like, that's why
never advertisement.
Number 23 is what?
Pretty good. Is that the one for the Russian kid?
That's with Pierce Bronson, huh?
Yeah, it was all right, but
yeah, I liked all three of his.
Die Another Day.
One of his I like. Yeah, wow.
It's I see the kind of Never Tomorrow Never
The
Die.
best one of his, yeah.
That's ranked 21.
All three of his right in a row. Wow.
Well, they had like 3 or 4 of what's his names in a row.
Roger Moore, Lois Child.
Moonraker. Okay, this is Elon Musk, man.
Yes, Michael
Moonraker was a great movie.
This is Elon Musk, which is the 20th James Bond movie.
Was a great.
There's another Roger Moore. Elon Musk, man. What y'all talking about? Drax is Elon Musk. If y'all haven't
Michael
seen this
Lonsdale
one,
plays Drax in this movie. Yes.
Y'all need to see what's going to happen.
Oh
I
yeah,
know, he does.
I didn't like that one, man. Ugh. Especially when they were nailing
Spectre.
him.
Now here's your boy right here. Spectre was pretty good. That was his first one he did.
It
Huh?
was his first one. I didn't like it when they put him in that chair and they hit him in the you know where with the you know what and a rope that looked like a god, that was terrible.
That's what happens when you spot. Oh, here comes the real James
Theater. I
Bond.
mean, because his ass is like 3 feet wide in the theater.
You see, I didn't like him as James Bond, man.
Diamonds are.
Oh, I thought he was awesome. He created the role, really.
He really did.
Nah, he wasn't the first, but
he wasn't the first, but he created the role. Is what I mean.
I just don't like him, me personally, as an actor. I just don't like him.
Roger Moore again. Live
and
Let
Die. Yeah.
I like Roger Moore.
Here's Roger
That was a good one
again.
too.
For Your Eyes
Roger
Only.
Moore
He's done a few of them.
Yeah, that's Merciful Lotus. I like that one.
Yeah, this is 15. This ain't too bad.
That was awesome.
I have the little corgi car from that movie.
Never Say Never Again. This is
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of this one either.
Was it?
The Living Daylights. I don't remember this one. Oh,
That's
that's why I never liked him.
That
Man.
Piper
I don't like
Perry,
him at all.
who's the girl?
Okay.
You only live twice.
Only live twice. Oh, that's when they bring him back as a Japanese man.
Here's our boy,
Yeah,
Timothy Dalton.
Why does he rank better than Pierce Brosnan? Pierce Brosnan was way better than he was.
Yeah, there's Pierce right there.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a good one. That's the one with the Russian.
GoldenEye was a pretty good movie. You see, it's 10 though. So
Pierce Brosnan was still under contract, and they wouldn't let him out.
Yeah, that's
to do James Bond.
He's a good one. He's the one-off. George Lazenby right there.
let's see. Oh, here's Roger Moore again. The Spy Who Loved Me. Yeah, I do remember this one. Yeah.
Barbara Bach, married to the drummer from the Beatles, Ringo Starr.
Let's see what we got here. No Time to Die. Yeah, there you go. I didn't like him either.
I didn't really care for him. Oh wow, Thunderbolts! I told you it's in top 6. It's in the top 6. It's up there though. I told you Thunderbolt was going to be up towards the top.
Okay, here's your boy here, Skyfall. I remember this one.
That was okay. Yeah.
I remember this
You
one.
realize they were losing their audience. They didn't tone the violence
Casino
down.
Royale. See, I didn't really like Casino Royale. I don't know what it was about it.
And it's on here twice. Oh yes, that's one of my favorites.
Dr. No.
Yeah, that would have been another
1962.
choice for one, but it's number 3.
Let's see. Here comes number 2. From
Russia.
Russia with Love. Should have figured that was going to be up there.
And then number 1, man with Goldfinger. Yep.
Goldfinger. He got the top spots.
Man with the Midas touch.
So we should have known. We should have known Pierce was going to get. I mean, Pierce. We should have
got that Goldfinger.
Calling the wrong name.
I'm
SpaceX tracking Starship 24.
Better than 3 of Pierce Brosnan's movies. That's
I see him. loading up a Starship onto SpaceX stacking. Number 24 Starship's being loaded onto a rocket right now. Well, I should say right now because it was earlier today.
Drax. Drax is on the attacks.
I mentioned this earlier. NASA discovers massive planet bigger than Earth with gas tied exclusively to living organisms.
Yes.
So this is a big planet too. So it's not just a little planet like ours, which suggests that
Big or
it's
small, it's
gravitational.
an enormous discovery, whether it's
More
a small
space
planet or a
for
big planet.
people, man.
Well, we've been talking about that one they've been shooting through the atmosphere, and they kept thinking they were fine and stuff. I wonder if that's this one.
Well, there's also the one that they say that it's filled with carbon gases that have to come from some sort of mechanical device.
Yeah, there's
so
we're starting to see things. I think we know more now about that than they want to admit to. But what's this?
Could be people there.
America B-52J nightmares just starting. Yes, they're coming into retirement time for these big stratofortresses, 8-engine monstrosities we call bombers. Okay, we talked about this earlier. We're going to talk about it again. They don't love our country. Trump rages over half-mast flags for Carter. Ooh, he don't want a half-mast. So I'm confused at why we're going to have this at the inauguration. I can't just say that word for some reason for night for nothing. I mean, why is it? So he died on the 29th. He's going to be buried on the 9th.
Yeah.
So the inauguration is until the 20th. So that's 11 days later. Why? So for 20 days, 23 days, we're going to be flying the flag?
It's a thumb in the eye to Trump from Biden. It's the last hurrah he can do to him before he gets out of office.
I'm like, fuck that. And I think the country's like, fuck that. I don't think the country's happy with that.
Well, to be quite honest, now I was only a kid when Carter was president, but I'm kind of a fan of the man. Not because he was president. I just didn't think he was a kind of a neat dude. When I read up on his history, but it's 3 days already, and to be honest, I've already had enough. I mean, every other channel you flip through, whether it's news or entertainment, it's like, let's remember Carter. Click. Some stupid
right now, it's either Carter or New Orleans. That's the only two things you hear. Oh, and you do hear a little bit about the airplane that fell through the roof in California.
Yeah.
But other than that, really, you're not hearing much of anything else.
Yeah, they're pushing the Carter thing, and it's just like, hey, look, he was a great statesman and a after his presidency, and actually a better politician than he was as the president. But there's no reason to expand on the man's life and career for 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. I don't care if he's president. So what?
We got to get out of here pretty soon. We need to mention that Speaker Johnson won the House back today. Barely. He almost didn't get it back.
On the second try, though.
Yeah, 2 people voted against him, and then I never did find out who they were. So I wanted to find out who it was and why
there were 2 Republicans. They've got their names. I forget them already, but they changed at the last second. They changed their mind before the vote closed.
Yeah, so he's now Speaker, which is what Trump wants.
He's once again not now. He's once again Speaker.
Yes, so he'll. It's his second term as Speaker now. So there's no
119
Nancy Pelosi, mind you, but and speaking of that, Nancy Pelosi's up and walking around, sort of. And
what is she in Europe still?
no, I think she's back. I think she said she wanted to be in Congress this week or something. Jennifer Lopez reenacts "Waiting for Tonight" video in New Year's Post. Lopez, go do something. Go hide. Get out of the limelight, chick. We know you're Diddy's girlfriend for like 3 years or so. So we know you know something that went on.
No, she knows a lot that went on.
Yeah.
You need to disappear. You need to do like the rest of Diddy's friends and go to Europe.
If she were smart, she would be taking an extended vacation in a country that has no extradition rules or rights with the United States.
Or take extradition with the FBI and say, hey, look, I'll give you this, this, and this if you let me out of this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on now. The rats are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, you know that.
They're turning him in every left and right. So
the swamp is draining. It's having effects everywhere. I mean, the guy isn't even inaugurated yet. And listen to this. He's got people in Europe, Mexico and Canada all worried about tariffs and extra taxes. He's got China saying, "Oh, well, we're just going to ignore things and do this, and we'll do what we want anyway." So, I mean, it doesn't seem like he's having an effect yet, but there is still. I mean, people
he's
are
definitely
critical
having
about
an
it
effect.
already.
They're saying that woke is dead. Woke is dead, gone.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's hope.
He's definitely having an effect.
People have gone.
I think in his first year you'll see
one or a
gas.
good one. It's to be determined yet, but it doesn't seem very favorable.
I think, Christy, you'll see gas come down in the first year. I see Saudis already gonna up they're cutting back to the slide because they're
It's coming down
overstocking.
here. It used to, well, it's gone up actually a few cents, but a few weeks ago it was $2.89 in Maryland and $3.23 or $3.33 here in Pennsylvania, and it is now currently $3.21 in Pennsylvania and $3.05 in Maryland.
Well, I would bet within the first 6 months. Within his first 6 months, we'll see a 25-cent drop.
Yeah, at least.
Within the first year, probably 50, 75 cents. We'll see that.
Oh, no, I think it'll be more than that. I think within the first, if he does the exact opposite of what Biden did to him, if he turns on the fracking, the offshore oil drilling, and the Alaska-Canada pipeline again, of which when Biden turned those three different situations off, he canceled $15,000 or 15,000 contracts for people who didn't have jobs. So that's 15,000 jobs, A, and B, it'll probably bring the gas prices down at least to the $2 and I'd say lowest 50 cents.
If it gets to $2.50 for you, that means I'm paying like $1.50.
Probably you'd be like at $1.99 or $1.98. Yeah.
Well, if it gets to $50 a barrel, we'll be paying about $1.50.
Yeah.
It used to be when it was at $50 a barrel, we were paying 99 cents.
Mm-hmm. But the taxes have gone up on that, so
it's changed. But now we got to get out of here. It's already 12:32. It's 12:32 in the morning.
You're on the East Coast.
Yes, for you East Coasters like Michael and Jay, it is 1:32 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all smoking that weed? Put that shit out, people.
The only people awake right now are drug addicts, cops, and hobos.
Well, that's not true. And people coming in. I mean, the bars close, what, at 2 a.m. in New York and in Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania bars have to close at 2 a.m. In New York, it's 3 a.m. Some bars actually open up later on, like at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., but that's a different story.
So these people, are coming home, stopping, getting something to eat. Now they're coming home and listening to us going, God, these fucking guys are idiots, man. Jesus. Is it just the alcohol? Or is it these people?
4 a.m., man. You can party and people don't want to leave. We used to be open, and then you can't sell alcohol after 4, but a lot of the bars will sell them their drinks before they closed.
Yeah, usually a half an hour is when they have last call.
New Orleans is
24/7. I don't know who the guy was. I wish I had met the dude, but some dude opened a restaurant on the corner, right where near all the bars were within walking distance of this place, and it was strictly a restaurant that opened at I think he's only opened at 9 or 10 p.m. and he stayed open until 5 or 6 a.m. Strictly to get those people that were walking to and from the bars, and from 9 to 10 p.m. the restaurant was a ghost town, but from 2:30 until 4 a.m. the place was a madhouse. I mean, every table was covered. Every bar at the every bar stool at the table was taken, and they had really good food, cheap, and everyone was drunk. It was wonderful.
There's always after hours too, because people after the bar closed, people would head for after hours.
3 and 4 o'clock in the morning after hours.
LA's boring. Midnight on weekdays, 2 a.m.
Savannah, Georgia is a hopping town. If you guys ever go visiting, it's a great place. I mean, I recommend it.
I've been to Savannah. It's been a while. That's been 10 years since.
You got to go around St. Patrick's Day weekend. That's when the big events are.
Yeah, we got to go, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all had a good evening, had a lot of fun tonight. Any moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, please write to Jay McDonald. Not Jay McNichols, Jay McDonald. Yes, he works for McDonald. No, I'm just kidding. Write to Michelle DeRoche.
Yeah, secretly I own the chain. Yes. But write to Joe if you have any complaints about the food.
Yeah. Yes, right to Michael. He likes complaints.
Eat at Joe's.
But anyway, we're getting out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to News on the Flipside United Public Radio. And again, if you really do have any moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, you can address them to Michelle DeRoche. If it's important, she will tell me about it. If not, she'll just tell you well. Anyway, I won't say that out loud.
The circular receptacle, no problem.
And if you've got any lists you want us to do in the future, talk about, just send them to us. We're not going to do a lot of them because we know they're kind of boring if we get too long. But some of the lists we like, some of them we don't.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit to talk about.
It's cool. We get a bunch of good ideas. We take the good ones, we throw them away, and what we got left, we go with.
But anyway, good night, and stay tuned for Spaced Out Radio. They'll be coming up next, so check them out with Dave Scott, or as I like to call him. What do I like to call him? Asshole Scott? No, not asshole.
Scott Bakula. Scott Bakula.
Good night, everyone, and I'll see y'all.
Archer's up next. Watch out.
I'll see y'all twice tomorrow. Jay's off tomorrow. Michael, you're gonna come join us. You come join us on the chat tomorrow night, Michael.
Yep.
Okay, so Michael will be with me.
On
Jay's
how
off tomorrow.
We finish tomorrow. I may show up for the second half.
Well, that's fine. But... And a friend of ours, Cyrus Malloy Brown, will be with us as well, and probably the other Sean, and maybe Leo. You never. But as Michael just said, happy effing fucking New Year's.
25, baby, you made it.
That's right. I'm only 25. He's right. Good night, everybody.
None of us thought we were going to make